And so please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
Well, like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here? Is this is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
You're more in the category like Luther Rickman, Arnold, okay?
My man. Okay. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic. That's great, partner. You two ever go outplace everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening, a wonderful Thursday. Like I said before, I would be doing a show a little bit later on today, and I am here. I am back at it. You know what I'm saying? Here to chat it up with you guys. It is Thursday, so usually this is the time that I come on, just about this time. For those of you guys who've been waiting for me and whatnot, I'm sorry for the delay, but honestly, I usually do my shows a little bit later on Thursdays. But we are here. We're back at it. We're ready to rock and roll. Definitely comment down below. Let me know how y'all are feeling. Let me know if you guys are doing having a good Thursday. If you guys are getting ready for this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. As soon as we close our eyes, we open them up. It's the weekend, y'all. I'm excited. It's gonna be hopefully it's a laid back and chill weekend. That's what I'm hoping for, personally. I could use a little bit of time to just rest. It's been a crazy and very busy week already. But yes, I am here. I'm happy to be here and all of that. I'm Gigi. What's up? I'm Gigi. Hi, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. Please comment down below and let me know where you are commenting from. Every time I see somebody new in the chat section, I always have to ask to find out who you are and where you're commenting from. So I appreciate you coming in and just saying hi and everything. There's a lot. there's a lot that we could talk about. Like lately, I've been feeling a little bit. This is the reason why the title's called "We Need to Talk," because lately, hey, Mr. T12, what's up, man? Buenos noches, mi amigo, cabrón. ¿Dónde está mi pantalones, por favor? That's all I got. You know what I mean? Tacos, quesadilla, sombrero, something like that. That's all I got. But anyway, hope you're doing well, Mr. T12. Thank you so much for tuning in and acting a damn fool with me tonight. Ashton, hello. Good evening, Ashton. Yeah, it's a beautiful night out right now. It is absolutely beautiful. It has been a busy one for me. I got to be honest. It's been a busy couple weeks, but long story short, I'm trying to help my mom with her house, and her house is kind of a little bit messed up right now in regards to just dealing with her basement's just totally jacked up. So the last few days I've been doing everything in my power to try to help her out, make things a little bit easier, make her life a little bit easier with some things that are going on with her home. And it's been taking up a lot of my damn time. So much that it's really hard to be here by a certain time every single evening, or at least for the past few nights. It has been just really tough. So unfortunately, I've had to take care of family first, always. So hopefully you guys understand that. Not trying to be sporadic and all over the place with anything, but at the same time, doing what I can to get things done for my family and be able to do this at the same time. James, if you want to succeed, I suggest trustworthy. See now, James, if you would understand, there's a thing called family. And if my mom or if my family calls me, I'm going to be there. And if that means that if I don't make it to a certain time, you just got to respect that and let it be. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to be on in the morning. With all due respect, I appreciate you saying that and giving me some little bit of encouragement. But at the same time, family first, always. Moving on, there is a lot of things to talk about. Now, this is the reason why I wanted to talk to you guys about this, because this is really important. Because as of recently, there is just a lot that has been going on with there's been a lot of viral videos, a lot of stuff with police brutality, to the Kens and Karens of the world, to dudes pulling out guns, to X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? There's just been so many different things going on, and honestly, real talk, I'm getting really tired of talking about it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting really burned out. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I'm all about talking about what's going on in the world. I'm all about talking about the injustices that are going on. Hell yeah. But when it's every single day, every 5 seconds, it gets a little hard to talk about, man. I'm not gonna lie. It gets really hard to talk about. And then the other thing I notice is that, and this is something that and maybe, all y'all that are tuning in right now, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And some of you guys are regulars and you come in and you see this too. Okay. We'll do our show. We're doing our show for a good 2 hours. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, coming out of nowhere, out of the woodwork, there will be trolls that will come on and just blast the comments and then just crank up the dislike button like a mug. Now, let me just say something really quick. I've tried everything in my power to block any trolls that come through, but I have no control over them if they are continuing to infiltrate or change their names, or I have no control over them hitting the dislike button, if you will, and a lot of times I get it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that we say on this show, that we talk about on this show, where we have opinions, right? We have opinions on this show that might be completely, drastically different from what the other guys out there say. You know, there's a heavy conservative voice on this platform. And whenever somebody that does not have a conservative view on something says something, they suddenly get thrown under the bus. And that's something that I've noticed quite a bit. And this has something to do with like everything from people who come onto the show and try to, like I said, troll, where they're trying to spell the N-word in the comment section, or they don't, as much as they say, some people say that they are listening and they really want to have conversations with us, but then they talk to us like we're idiots, you know. And I understand that that's just kind of how it is. That's just the realm of YouTube. You know, there's gonna be haters. There's gonna be people talking ish. You know what I'm saying? But it's really hard for me to feel motivated to talk about things that are going on in the world in my own personal perspective if, you know, getting hate emails all the time, you know, getting the comments, or somehow, you know, or things are getting even just a live video getting just disliked time and time again. Those things get really hard on a person, especially when you're doing everything you can to do your thing and speak your mind. You know what I'm saying? So it just gets a little annoying sometimes. I have to vent because, you know, this is the stuff that really aggravates me, and where I feel that it's a little unfair. You know, like as soon as the show was over, and I really appreciate the support and the understanding, and I really appreciate you guys listening to me and not just jamming this down my throat of like, thicken up, you know, get a thicker skin. I got thick skin, trust me. But when it's like, when we talk about something and we're just getting jumped on, it gets really aggravating. I feel like sometimes like we are the good guys, but no one wants to hear, like everyone wants to hear the bad side. Everyone wants to hear, and I hate to say that because everyone's entitled to their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but sometimes things get very, very, if you watch all these other commentators, you know, like on YouTube, there's plenty of those guys that are extremely opinionated, extremely right wing, extremely conservative. You know, they'll break down a video of a cop, say, you know, shooting a man in the back, and they'll justify it in so many different ways, and they'll get so much love and maybe a little bit of hate, but they get so much love. They have, in a way, their own echo chamber. And don't get me wrong, you got to have a little bit of the sour so you can appreciate the sweet. But anytime I put out a video that goes against something, where I put in my own personal opinion, maybe people think I'm a social justice warrior or something like that, suddenly I get a lot of sour and no sweet. So then I get people who wait for the next day to come onto the show where I'm live, and they talk a hell of a lot of ish. Instead of calling people the N-word, they call people joggers now. Apparently that's a thing. So it's just like, man, you know, it's just, you know, it just gets aggravating sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm going to read some of your comments because I see you guys putting in some comments. And Michael D. Walker said, you can only do so much, and what you do is greatly appreciated. I can imagine your brain is getting burned out on all this nonsense going on. Yeah. You know, Jack took a beating in the comments this morning. Yeah, he did. Sean, thank you so much for the saying that you know, it's not right. I'm sorry. Thank you so much on Periscope. Yeah, Mr. T12. Yeah, he had a little bit of a slip of the tongue, to be really honest, and it was totally innocent. It was not meant to be anything bad. It aggravated me at that moment, but I realized that his intentions are good, and he was not like that. He's not like that dude. He is not like that person at all. It just came out wrong. That's all. Yeah, he accidentally used a word. Thank you, Debbie, for defending him. You know what I mean? I really do appreciate you defending him. You know, Jack. Jack ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? He's been on this show for so long. He ain't about that life. You know what I mean? Michael, dude, a gator ain't got thick enough skin for this society. Yeah. Don't let others try to demean your empathy and conscience. You know, and thank you, man. Like, yeah, Mr. T12, jogger. Like I said, it's like a thing that's really, really, annoying. You know what I'm saying? And so, then people will sit there and call me a jogger, or they'll sit there and just spell out the N-word. They'll just call me a nigger. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be real. You know, let's just completely be unhinged and real here. And at some point, it just, not sitting here saying that stuff bothers me, but it's like, it's almost like we come on here and suddenly we are getting bombarded with all this negativity. And it's like, damn, I remember when it was Joseph James, or sorry, it was James Joseph. It was Debbie. Ajiki was there in the very beginning. There was Shaniqua. There was only like a few people on the comment section, and I'm not sitting here saying anything about the guys that are on right now. You guys are lovely, wonderful human beings. You guys are family, y'all. But there's some people sometimes, like when they came in on here, it was almost as if it went from us having conversations and actually talking about things to just full on debates of, you're wrong, I'm right, or I'm right, you're wrong, or something like that. And it's kind of like, damn, what the fuck just happened? Where the fuck did everybody, what happened to this group of people? So as of recently, and pardon my French, I'm sorry, but I had to. I sometimes curse, guys. And sometimes cursing is the only way to express exactly what's going on in your mind. You know what I'm saying? And as of recently, there has been just Nazi stuff. People who are just literally going on for 5 seconds. Like, literally, it's near the end of the show. I'll just get bombarded with just hate. And it's like, wow, this is fucked up. So after some time when, because I could literally, let me say this to y'all. I could literally go pull up a video right now. Literally, I just saw 5 different videos before I started this show on the ride back from my family's house, taking care of whatever they were doing, taking care of whatever's going on in my mom's crib, covered up to my knees in soot in the basement and crap. And I'm here, and I could easily pull up 15,000 different videos that I saw en route back home, back to here, of people acting a damn fool, or they're getting angry about a mask, not wearing a mask, or a dude. Like, literally, I saw a dude straight up pull a gun out on a dude at a bar, on a patio of a bar, because the dude that was getting the gun pulled out on was getting upset about how people were not wearing masks and they weren't respecting social distancing at this bar. Homeboy at the bar, who is like an owner of a bar, apparently walked up, pulled out his gun, and just started pointing it at this dude, a black guy on the street, because he said, "Oh, I thought he had a gun on him, but he was like, but I only realized after I pulled out my gun that he was actually holding a bike lock." I don't know, but like I said, I can sit here all day long talking about all this mess. But after some time, it gets really, really, it gets dull. And then, and don't get me wrong, I'm all about waxing political. I'm all about talking about what's going on in the world. Don't get me wrong, I am not a scholar when it comes to politics. I am not. Okay? I'm still learning as I go. And I would expect that any person, unless whoever's in here is a absolute political genius, I expect you guys to learn while you go with me as well. Now, there are people on the chat and in part of the Pascal Show family that are much more well-read in the world of politics than me. I'm fully aware of that. I embrace that all day long. That's why I have somebody like Tom on the show. Politics is really his thing. That's something that he loves more than anything in the world. He'll wax political all day long. He could talk about that till he's blue in the face. Me, I have my opinions. But I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, in the year 1842, the such and such and this act came on. And I don't know that stuff. I'm just not that guy. I know the difference. I know what my heart says. I know what's okay and what's not okay. Shouldn't that matter too? Now, I don't know everything that, I don't know what Trump has done. You know what I'm saying? But I know I don't know every single thing that Trump has done, but I am not in no way, shape or form trying to bash Trump. And I've been getting that a lot in the comments too. So that's why I mean by I've had a lot of time to think about this. And this is what I'm saying right now. And this is the reason why I said we need to talk in the title below us or above us, wherever you're watching this right now. And I realized, you know what, guys? I'm not bashing anybody. This show is not here to bash anybody. If it was Obama acting a damn fool, we would say the same damn shit. I'm just letting you guys know. So yeah. I just think that at some time, people need to realize, hey, we're all human. We're all here for a conversation. And not everyone is right every single second of every single day. That is what I need to say right now. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm tired of talking about race. I'm really tired of it. I'm tired of talking about all lives matter or Black lives matter. I mean, I understand these are the things that we need to talk about. But we've been talking about it for weeks. We've been talking about COVID for how long, y'all? How long? Debbie, speak on it, Debbie. How long have we been talking about COVID? She's been with me since the first few episodes. James has been here since day one. And we've been talking about COVID since day one, son. So sometimes it's like, man, we got to talk about, can we talk about something else? Can we? Just even for a second. You know what I mean? That's it. From day one, COVID. Yep. From day one of COVID-19s, baby. And I'm telling you, Debbie, thank you so much, Debbie. Man, I missed you, girl. I'm so happy you're here. Real talk. But at the same time, I understand these are the times. These are the sign of the times. If Jamie Foxx ended up saying that he's in love with an elephant and wanted to have a marriage run by Barnum Bailey's Circus or something like that, we'd be talking about it for sure. You know what I mean? Show is marketed differently than what it is. Show isn't marketed differently than what it is. You watch all my videos, Enemy Nation. Take a second. Look at the things I'm talking about. I'm not only talking about Trump. I'm talking about Will Smith. Then I'm talking about Orlando Brown. I'm talking about everything that's going on in the world other than not only just talking about one thing, y'all. Don't get it twisted now, Enemy Nation. Don't get it twisted. I'm not marketing one thing and then saying something completely different. If I got an opinion on Trump, I'm going to talk about it. If I got an opinion about a Karen, let's just say, doing something stupid in the middle of the road, I'm going to talk about it. If Will Smith runs butt naked down the road, lathering himself in nutty peanut butter, in crunchy peanut butter, I'm going to talk about it. That's the show. And if I'm going to play a game, I'm going to play a game. So it's not marketed differently, y'all. It'd be beautiful if those of us with humanity as our goal could just go off and create our own utopia. We need a new start. Make humanism the systematic force. You know, I would love that. It'd be nice. Personally, it's like I would love a mental break, a mental vacation from just talking about everything else that we're talking about. You know? We talk about everything on this show. But at the same time, sometimes you get burned out. Sometimes you get tired of it. Because here's the thing. No offense, to anybody, but I get comments like things I get from Enemy Nation. For example, not trying to single him out or anything. I get comments from other people as well. But he's a prominent, you're a prominent person, a part of the family. And you'll sit there and say, oh, we just want to bash conservatives. That's not it at all. But if we don't agree with what's going on, then we disagree with what's going on. How does that mean that we're bashing conservatives if we're just having our own opinion, just like you have yours? So, like I said, there's got to be an understanding that, there's got to be an understanding that we're here to talk about multiple different things. And yeah, I mean, 1 week it could be about COVID. Or for 3 months, it could be about COVID. And then 2 seconds later, it's about Will Smith. Then 2 seconds later, it's something completely different. And now they're back at it again. Now they're back. See, every single time, they keep coming back. This is what I'm talking about. Now, this makes me wonder who could be the culprit that's doing that, that's going in and hitting the dislike button. These are the things that happen every single show. Every single show. I think I know who it is. Oh, just look underneath the video, Debbie. But anyway. See, now they're going. See, now I'm not talking about anything political. I'm not talking about anything racially charged. I'm not saying anything. And just keep watching that dislike button keep going up. Why? For whatever reason, somebody in the chats keeps going, changing their password or whatever their name is, go back over to the show and hitting that dislike button every single time. Watch it get up to like 22, 21, 24 dislikes before I get done with this feed today. Because there's a troll. Straight up, there's a troll. "3 hours a day, probably 15 hours a week. How much time do you, Tom, Jack spend trying to understand opposing views?" Yellow Man, you're absolutely right. People are actually going crazy, But here it is. I know that you're on here every single day, Enemy Nation, and I appreciate it. I really do. I'm not sitting here saying, I'm not complaining about you being on the show or being here showing any kind of appreciation. Not at all. Not at all. But at the same time, here it is. So here it is. Okay. So you bring in the opposing views, right? Or we talk about those opposing views. So doesn't mean that we are not trying to look those things up. And I feel like I've had this conversation before. You know, I feel like I've had this conversation before. You know, the thing is I'm looking at other things. Oh, it's at 7 dislikes, by the way, Debbie. And it keeps climbing. Because like I said, I never, Genghis, I did not delete any comments. But here it is. No, I didn't delete anything. But you see what I'm saying? Yeah, Debbie. I don't get it. But like I said, whenever we go live, this is the stuff that happens every single time. Every single time. Now, here it is, answering your question. Because here's the thing, the dislikes ain't going to do nothing. I mean, it's fine. You know, all I know is that there's some sort of troll that's in here that's changing their name quite a bit. And they're going in and they're just disliking over and over and over and over again. That's it. I don't know why they take the time out of their lives on little old me. There's plenty of other people on this planet they can go harass that have millions of subscribers. But that's fine. It is what it is. Now, when it comes to what you were saying, Enemy Nation, the thing is that we're getting, at least myself, I look for information in all different places. And we've already had this conversation before. But that doesn't mean, just because I'm looking at the opposing views, does not mean that I agree with those opposing views. There are some things that have been said that I'll sit there and go, okay, I see that point. You know, I'm not fully 110% all the way in the blue. And we've had this conversation before, you know? I mean, I wonder why this is purple. You know? I've had this conversation before. So I already do those things, looking things up and all that. But at the same time, does not mean that doesn't mean that I am going to immediately agree with 110% what I read or see as opposing views. It might make me change my mind. And you've seen that on the show. You've seen me change my mind. You've seen me go, you know what? In that case, no, you're right. In that case, never mind. You're right. I've done it a million times. You know? Genghis, you should be happy that people who don't share your politics watch the show. No. See, but that's the thing. I am happy that people that don't share my view of the world watch the show. Absolutely. That's not what I'm trying to say here. You know what I mean? And Yellow Man, thank you, man. I appreciate the support. They have like 8 tabs up on their internet browser with different accounts. Yeah, just to troll. Yeah, that's very, very, very true. Now, and yeah, many of you guys are new, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for being on. Real talk. You know, I really do. Now, that's the thing. Like, and I'm not, here it is. You know, like I said before, I am not like some brilliant expert, you know, with some crazy, you know, doctorate in you know, political science or anything of that sort. Like, I'm not some, person that's running for some political office or anything of that sort. I'm not, you know, I'm not that guy. I'm not. I just have my opinions. I like to think that I'm a forward-thinking human being, and if there's something that I don't understand, I try my best to ask those questions live on the show. And a lot of times I lean to you guys, trying to hear what you guys have to say about certain things. Absolutely. You know? But that's the thing. We're in that place where it is. We're in that place where I'm trying to have a conversation where we can figure things out. Now, here's the thing. Let me say something, and I'm not trying to throw any of my people under the bus. I'm not trying to throw my dudes under the bus or anything of that sort. But obviously, I'm a lot more, let's just say, flexible than I would say Tom. And I'm not, and like I said, I'm not throwing any shade on or throw my guys under the bus. I love them to death. That's why I bring them onto the show. But at the same time, I know that Tom is very, very stern in his position. Whereas me, it's kind of like, hey, let's figure it out. Let's talk about this. Let's figure out this situation. Let's find out what really is going on. You know what I mean? Have you ever asked Pascal to change his mind? Have I ever asked Pascal to change his mind? My issue is that you spend hours saying things that are factually untrue, then hide them under the banner of opinions with no difference of opinion. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So your issue is that I spend hours saying things that are factually untrue, then hide them under the banner of opinions. Okay. So then here it is. Fine. Enemy Nation, and I've already said this before, I am not a political genius. I'm not super unbelievably well read in the land of politics. There, I said it. So if I hear something that is happening, a lot of times I go with my gut on what I think is right or what I feel is wrong. And I think that's what a lot of people do. Like, no matter what, regardless of factually talking about like the facts of let's just say police brutality on black people, somebody, at least myself, is going to look at it and gut reaction from the heart say, that ain't cool. Now, you could sit there and talk about facts all day long, but that doesn't change the fact of somebody's heart. If they physically feel sick to their stomach with the thought of it, every single time they see some sort of thing happen to somebody on camera or in person, facts kind of go out the window when it comes to those things, doesn't it? Let's just say, the abortion laws. Let's just go there. Why not? Pro-life, pro-choice, right? Now, to me, we could talk about that all day till we're blue in the face. I truly believe that it's up to the woman to make a choice because it is her body and it is her choice. Now, there's a lot of people that would sit there and go, no, because factually X, Y, and Z. But I still have my opinion, and my opinion's still valid because I'm not sitting here saying anything that's crazy. So, my opinion still matters, at least in my opinion. That's why I have a show, to talk about it. And then, to agree, to disagree, to whatever you have, what have you. We talk about an opinion, like say, like I just talked about, a guy is yelling at some people on the side of a bar because they're not wearing masks and they're not respecting the social distancing rules, right? And I guess they're all on a patio, and the bar owner comes out and pulls out his gun and points it at the guy on the street. Innately, instantly, gut reaction is going to be an opinion. We could talk about facts all day long, but I'm going to give you my opinion. Whether it is factually right or wrong, that's my opinion. That's why all these shows and TV shows and all that stuff exist, If we were all just doing things based on fact, there would not be talk radio, there would not be talk shows, there would not be The View, there would not be anything on TV at all. There would not even be CNN. There'd be no Fox News, no nothing. It would just be a robot saying stats, and that's it. You see what I'm saying? So, you're entitled to your opinion, just like I'm entitled to my opinion. My opinion may not be factually based on anything. I'm not sitting here saying that none of it's factually based on anything at all. I do have things that I know fairly well that I talk about that are factually based, that of course will back my opinion on things. But yes, if we're talking flying off the cuff and you say Tom brings up a story about X, Y, and Z, and then I have a gut reaction to it, you're going to get my gut reaction to it. But then the funny thing is, and if you listen to my show 2 to 3 hours every single day, so 10 to 15 hours a day, then you should also hear that I'm going, hey, what else is really going on in that story? Do we have more in that story? And I guarantee you guys can, a bunch of you guys in the comments section can back me up on that. So I'm sitting there going, wait. I understand I got my opinion, but wait, hey, Jack, Tom, do we have anything more of that? In fact, sometimes you guys are going, hey, you got, Mr. Super or Mr. T12. I lean to you guys too. I always go, hey, comment down below and let me know what you think. Because I'd like to know. I'm not here to just sit here and just sit on a platform and say, my opinion is everything. Nothing matters except my opinions. Everyone should eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for life because I say so. No. Hell to the no. That's the whole purpose of this show. Let's sit down and talk about it as a group. And I've seen, even in the comments, you guys going back and forth, bang, 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 bang. You know what I'm saying? With your facts and stuff. And I'm like, oh, hey, such and such just said this. That's really dope. Hey, Tano Vane just said this. Hey, Mr. T12 just dropped this knowledge. Hey, I got an email from Enemy Nation. Let's check it out. I lean to y'all. Because I want to hear your facts. Because sometimes you guys have the information faster than me. Or Tom and Jack. So Enemy Nation, please. You have influence, we don't. So if no one corrects Tom or Jack, then they go believing that incorrect information. That is not true, Enemy Nation. That is not true. Then I could sit here and say things that aren't true about you. I could just make things up about you too. You're making assumptions that aren't true. We're constantly trying to figure things out. Like I said, none of us are pros. Just like Tom, he might have his opinions, but he's entitled to his opinion. That's ridiculous, man. Come on, man. There's a lot of people from all walks of life and have all political theories and standpoints on this show. And not once do I go to any of these people and sit there and say anything. No, man. I sit there and I read the comments out loud and I'm like, hey, what do you think on that, guys? I think that's an interesting point. Interesting. No. And that's it. Yeah, like I said. See, and I agree with that, I do agree with that, Mr. T12. Like, I agree. If that is actually a real human being, because it's obviously one person. And notice how quickly it went up. And this is the reason why I wanted to go live today. And this is the reason why I wanted to have the conversation with y'all today. Because I wanted you guys to see the kind of crap that I have to deal with And it's that kind of stuff. And, you know, and like I said, you know, I'm not here to bash or destroy or talk down on anyone. But at the same time, if something stupid is happening or if something wrong is happening, in my personal opinion, I'm going to say it. Whether it is factually based or not, that is just from my heart. And I think I have a pretty damn good heart. And if I think somebody's doing something wrong, I'm going to say it. Oh, and by the way, there are moments where I'll sit there and go, hey, well, she had the right to pull out the gun. Or, yeah, okay, maybe she didn't need to do that. But it's a free country. I guess she could do that right then. Or it's, wow, that's jacked up. Can we find out the real story behind this? Like, it's like, oh, wait. I don't have the full angle of this particular camera angle or the full thing. It seems like it just cut on at this point. I only see one angle. And you never know what happened before and after this clip ended. Before this clip started and before this and after this clip ended. You never know what happened, the context of what's going on. I'm always trying to play the justified. You know, I'm always trying to play the devil's advocate, you know? Shoot, the woman who defaced the yeah, pretty much, Mr. Super. That's pretty much what's happening. Real talk. But you got the girl who's painting over the BLM mural. Literally, I didn't say that she should have gotten a hate crime, convicted of a hate crime. Go check out that video. I cut it out and put it out for a very specific reason. Because I'm sitting there going, well, hey, you know, I could see the same thing in regards to what's going on with the Black Lives Matter protesters that are defacing or ripping down monuments right now. And I'm getting comments saying that I'm not, it's all just opinion and I'm not basing anything on fact. I mean, come on, man. Nah. And that's what's up, Michael D. That you're a white atheist. So there you go. Yeah. Everybody on here has a different perspective. And Mr. Super, I'm telling you, man, are we watching racism happening right now in front of us? Is Pascal being targeted because he's black? Yes. Like I said, I've already blocked this person. I know for a fact it is just one person. Maybe it's two. I don't know. But I know for a fact that I've already blocked these dudes. But they still can come through. They can't comment anymore, but they can at least go onto the dislikes and just rack up the dislikes like a mug. And they change their names every single time. It is some Nazi propaganda to some racist stuff. It'll be like N-words smell like shit to all joggers must die to N-word, but with instead of an I, it's an E with a hard R. Are joggers, stuff like that. Several different names over and over and over again. I'm telling you, same dude will go in there, type in the N-word, just N-word, N-I-G, like just one word, one letter per comment. And I've already blocked 10 different versions of this particular person. 10 different screen names. So most definitely it's a dude or a girl, whoever, that's going on and doing this. Okay, Enemy Nation, here it is. I love you, brother. All right, I appreciate the times that you do call in. I appreciate your comments for the most part, but sometimes you are just an asshole. And that's it. Because here it is. Let's talk about political blah, blah, blah. I'm not too familiar with the echo chamber. I mean, Tom, speak on it. Here it is. Echo chamber, Tom, speak on it. Actually, Tom is the one that usually has the story to tell in regards to the political things. Like I said, the things that we talk about politically on the show, yeah, some of the things I do know about. Some of them he calls in before the show and he'll tell me, hey, we got this new piece that's coming up. And this developing news. Even this morning, if you were listening, because apparently you were, even I think it was Mr. Super or Mr. T12 that said something about the SCOTUS ruling that was coming in as we were on the show. As we were on the show. We talked about it. And I'm sorry if we don't agree with you. I'm sorry if you feel some type of way about the Black Lives Matter movement where I feel something different about it. We're going to have to agree to disagree. But sometimes you come off like a jerk, man. Full on. Because you feel like you can do that. You feel like you can go and stoke the flames as much as you can. That's unfair. I feel like I've come to you with as much respect as anyone else can fathom respect to a person who talks like you do sometimes to me and to the people on my show. I deserve as much respect as anybody else. I do not respect that, man. Don't say blah, 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 political blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. Just because I don't agree with you does not mean that you have to belittle me. There's no reason for you to punch down at me, bro. None. Yeah, wood grain is messed up. It's really messed up. I don't know. Wood grain, I have no idea. I have no idea, bruh. And like I said, I always try to keep an even keel on this show, try to keep, my temper on check and all that. I have done Enemy Nation, go back to like all your messages, all your comments on the chats. Real talk, man. Like as much as you like, here it is. The reason why I'm so burned up right now is because I respect you, bro. But you have no respect for me. As much as you say, now I'm going to throw this back at you, blah, 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 I have respect for you, blah, blah, blah. You go back to all the stuff that you put in here, and sometimes you come off like a jerk. Real talk. Everybody else comes in and talks, says their opinion, and they say it in a very kind and loving way. Hello. Hello?
Hey, Pascal.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? Who's this?
Mr. T.
Mr. T?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Man, I listen, I had to call in just to see you having a moment,
Thank you.
So
I appreciate it.
It's one thing, you have the double-edged sword with your show because you have the option of calling in and live stream commenting that's like in real time.
Right.
As opposed to other people have like a speed comment section where you can type one comment every 2 minutes. So like you're vulnerable to unfortunately trolls and people who love your show.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where like you have a great format is definitely not typical on YouTube, and those who have different views of what you're doing are finding a way to push the buttons. And, it sucks because, you have an honest commentary, and you're trying your best to give us a platform as citizens and as people and as viewers to enjoy something that we can all be a part of. Unfortunately, everybody can't enjoy the party at the same time.
You know, Mr. T, I'm gonna say this. I really do appreciate you calling in. Because sometimes, man, like, I feel like, you know, I feel like I mean no disrespect to anyone on this platform. I mean no disrespect putting my thoughts out there, putting my opinions out there. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm just trying really hard to get to some sort of my own personal understanding on how the world works. And I guess that's the reason why I've made this platform, so that we can talk about things, not at each other, but with each other. And sometimes it is frustrating when it's like, I guess in my head, it's like, there's a way to speak to somebody. There's a way to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's at least a level of love and respect on the table. And if you're going to tune in every single day, which I appreciate and I love, then there should be a reason. Like, the reason of you tuning in is because you somewhat respect my presence or my voice, right? And yeah. Not every day you're going to agree with me. Like, Mr. T, I know for a fact there's been times that you haven't agreed with me. You know what I mean? It's just is what it is, but we're able to talk about those things. And yeah, sometimes we don't get to get through it all because it's shit, man. Sometimes it's a 3-hour damn show. Sometimes 3 hours ain't even enough on a subject, but there's still respect, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, people are sitting home right now, you know, for months of a time since COVID started.
Right.
So people are already not in the norm. So having people just fester in the climate of America, and the climate of the police culture and other cultures outside of themselves, politics involved, and really the unknown of the future. So people are really going through it.
Yeah.
And they don't have an outlet, unfortunately. Like the gym, they can't go to the gym. That's closed. You know, church is closed. So the outlets that we had before, sports is shut down. So unfortunately, people are festering and people are becoming victims of others, you know, bent up frustrations.
Yeah.
So, you know, unfortunately, you know, it's you at times, but it's not your fault. I mean, don't look at yourself in the mirror after the show and get mad because it's not you. It's just that, you know, you're available to them.
Yeah.
So they're putting it out there. You know, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you know, your show is very encouraging and it's a good format.
Thank you, brother. And I don't want to get it twisted. Like, this show ain't stopping anytime soon. Even if I get 30,000 dislikes and 1 like, it ain't gonna stop. It's just
right.
You know, it's just sometimes when you're going, am I? You know, lately I've been having the conversation within myself, you know, of, you know, am I? You know, am I on the right path? You know, is this really where I want things to go? And I know for a fact that, you know, no matter what, even if I talked about how I love the color green and how green is amazing, there's always going to be half of the world that's going to say I'm stupid and crazy. I get that. There's always going to be somebody who disagrees, you know? But there are those times when you're like, man, you know, I'm trucking hard, and all I'm trying to do is spread a little bit of information, but some positivity. And I think that's getting lost in the translation in a way sometimes, because I have no interest in fighting with somebody about Trump. I really don't. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Even if I was a Trump supporter, I would not. To me, that just does not, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, Trump is just the word itself brings up a ton of animosity on society right now.
Yeah.
You know, half of people want him, half don't. And it's one of those things where, you know, discussions and having conversations that are honest is good, but the media plays a great game in clickbait and putting out half facts. And people are really sucking it up to believe certain ideologies without doing their research. And it comes to attacking each other, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I get it. There's always somebody out there that wants to, yell at the TV screen. You know what I'm saying? They always need somebody to yell at, and I get that. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? You're an idiot. And I get that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just sometimes because here it is, I'm stuck in this chamber too. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, as much as everybody else is social distancing and locked away, so am I. And, trust me, I would, like I said, if even with the news, we are stuck on one thing and it sucks. And I understand that, elections are coming up, all that. We're in that political climate right now. But it's hard to steer clear from that when everything else is either a Karen did this or a Karen did that. Because there's no, you know what I mean? There's no movies you can talk about right now. Shit. You know what I mean? So, So, anyway, Mr. T12, I appreciate you calling in and talking to me.
You're welcome.
Seriously, I really appreciate it, brother. I really do.
Yeah,
I needed that phone call. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. I'll see you back on the chat.
Okay. All right.
Man. Peace.
Bye.
Peace. Honestly, Mr. T12, damn, man, thank you. I really appreciated that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I really appreciated that. Thank you for thank you. I guess, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. And you're right, Debbie. You're absolutely right. It is part of the live streams. Don't take it personally. You're right. And the thing is that, I just feel like I'm connected to you all. I do appreciate and respect every single one of y'all that come onto the chat and talk to me, because I personally now know your names and talk to you guys and all that. So, I appreciate I appreciate that. You know what I mean? For real. So I apologize. I appreciate the support. And like I said, it's there's only so much you can say to your girlfriend out of frustration. Because it's not like she fully understands because she's not here. You know what I mean? So I appreciate it. Thank you. And all you guys that have shown the love, thank you. I really appreciate it. Like I said, it's been a it's just been a couple, it's just been a tough couple, it's been a tough week. Shit, man. And I'm you know what? And Genghis, like, real talk, I still think you're unaware concerning Trump and BLM, but you're still awesome. I'm out. Peace. Genghis, thank you. I understand that. I get it. Shanta, thank you so much. Shanta Claire, thank you so much for showing the appreciation to everybody. Everybody, secondhand biker, thank you. Mr. Super, thank you. I really appreciate the love. I was just like I said, I just had to blow off some steam. I've been pretty angry, just pretty aggravated for a while there, and after some time, it just kind of builds up sometimes, you know what I mean? And so I appreciate I appreciate you guys being there for me. Thank you. Yes, I am happy now. I promise you I am happy now. Anyway, how has your nights been so far? Let's get around the room. You know what I mean? Let us know what's been going on with y'all. I would love to know how you guys are doing. Gonna fire this fat bull. We could probably use one right now. Yeah. If I smoked, hell to the hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you, Michael D. Tanner Vane, yeah, you missed quite a bit. Yeah, man. But and Tanner Vane, thank you. If you're still watching, I did get your photo of the mug. By the way, I got the damn. He sent me a photo of the mug. Actually, I'm gonna show this mug, man, because I know Debbie got a mug, but I haven't seen it yet. But he was quick. He was real quick with it, so I got to show the mug. You know what I'm saying? Because this is fantastic. Hold up. Oh, whoops. Here we go. There it is. Okay. Full on in its glory with his furry little friend. Actually, Tanu Vane, I'd love to know. Yeah, you have the green one, right, Debbie? So he got the green one too. So skadoosh right there, y'all. And I love it. And if Tanu Vane is still here, I would love to know the name of your dog, man. Because that's a cute ass dog, man. Real talk. Yeah, little pug, man. It's a cute dog. It's a cute dog. I want to know the dog's name. And I mean, he might have left. I don't know. But anyway. His name is Napoleon. That makes sense. So that's Napoleon. Oh, that's cute. I like that, man. So I want to say a huge thank you for sending me the photo, because Debbie, I would love for you to send me a photo too of the mug. Maybe you're holding the mug, or maybe it's the mug's at your workplace, you know what I mean, in the background or something like that. That would be really, really dope. I'd really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Know I'm saying? Yeah, Tanner Vane, that really meant a lot. I really appreciate the support all freaking day, you know? And I'm going to say this real quick because, you know, I appreciate you guys hearing me out and letting me vent and getting that out of my system. I really do appreciate it. Whether, you know, for the people who are in here that agree or disagree with my thoughts in this particular vent and in this particular rant, I just wanted to say I really appreciate I just appreciate you just hearing me out, not passing too much judgment on me, and just letting me get it out of my system. Promise you, that's it. It's done. It's gone. But I'm just, you know, I think I'm appreciative of the ears, the multiple ears. You know what I mean? It's at work, Debbie. Why? I mean, yes, it should be at work, so that you can show off to your friends and say, hey, you see this is a really great show, and this dude acted a fool last night. You see what I'm saying? You can just say that. You know, they'll be like, oh my God, what show is this? You'd be like, oh, the Pascal show? Oh my gosh. You see what I'm saying? Damn, he looks good in that black t-shirt. Something like that. Maybe. Hopefully. I don't know. Anyway. But yes. You know, and of course we can obviously jump into some conversations, you know, because there are some things that have happened that are still going on, like the situation of, oh man, I forgot her name. Now I feel like a jerk. Naya Rivera is still lost. They're still looking for the Glee star Naya Rivera. Like I said this morning, she died in a lake out in California. Her 4-year-old son survived, was found in the pontoon boat that they actually rented, and she apparently got swept away in the lake. They're thinking that she died, but we'll see what happens. Wait, I'm reading your comments. We don't all agree, but we get along. Any family does, like any family does. Yep, that's very true, Mr. Super. Facts. I only use pint mugs for tea, LOL. Really? That's funny. You know what? That's actually a good idea because, you get a lot more space in the mug. You don't know them. Enemy call in up to Pascal. Don't want to take over the show. Wait, Debbie, they found what? One guy dead. They found one guy dead. Enemy, when he calls in, they do better. Huh. Okay. Enemy. Call in. Go ahead and call. The Korean. Oh, yes. The Korean the Korean mayor of Seoul, South Korea. Yes, they did find him. They found him dead. Absolutely. Enemy Nation.
What's up, Pascal?
What's up, man?
Let me have it, man. What's on your heart?
Oh, I mean, I feel like I already said what I had to say, but blah, blah, blah. Speak on it, enemy.
Well, I just feel like, I don't call in. I mean, I've called in your show. This makes the 7th time that I've called in your show over like a month and a half. So I just try to listen and do my comment. But at the same time, if you guys are talking, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm doing comments, and I hate typing. I do. I loathe it.
Okay.
So I gotta try to respond to something that I know to be incorrect. If I do, let's say, 10 hours on research on a particular subject,
okay,
and then you guys bring it up, and then you say, Tom, Jack, speak on it. Then they go to the internet and pull up the first article that they find and say, oh, well, and then they give an opinion on it. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is that informative? And at the same time, you'll have your opinion based on it because you're asking them for their information, which their viewpoints and opinions align with yours. I'm a black guy. You're a black guy. You're from Haiti, right? Or you're Haitian.
Yeah, I'm Haitian.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know a lot. I probably know more about your history than they do. And I'm like, okay, my only concern is this is the way I see your show. When I watch it, I only watch the show for you. If it was Tom and Jack, I'd never watch that show. But I'm like, this is my brother. Mm-hmm. So I have they might be your friends. They might have been your friends for the last 30 years.
Right.
Right? But if I see you for the first time in the corner store, there's a connection to where I don't have to have known you. If I see something happening to you that's wrong, I'm going to speak up on it because we have a shared history. You know what I'm saying? Just from our skin color. Right? I know what it's to be black. You know what it's to like to be black. So when I see your show, I'm not trying to change your opinion. I'm not trying to force my way of looking at things down your throat. I'm just trying to expand your point of view. Because if you just look at if you got all your information from Tom and Jack, you're two white guys. If I come and say, hey, look, that's not wrong, that's not right, you'll think that they're right and I'm wrong. And I might be trying to tell you about what it's like to be black. But if you get all your information from two white guys, you're going to think your opinion about what it is to be black will come from two white guys rather than me. And you'll see this in front of you. You'll see that I'm black. And you still would say, oh, you're wrong. So that's the level, because your show speaks on black issues as well as, like, say, Trump. Yep. Then your guys will paint all conservatives with the same, well, not you per se, it's Tom and Jack. They'll paint because they're like the Beavis and Butthead, in my opinion. I'm sorry for your friends. That's how I see them. Because when you study stuff and you know for a fact something is not true, and they can just make these comments with impunity, and you see it, the audience, the other guys might not see it. You might be oblivious to it because, hey, that's your friends. They can't do no wrong in your eyes anyway. But when I speak up on it, then I'm being hostile. Why am I being hostile? Because my opinion differs from all of you guys' opinion.
No, it's not. It's
so
not that.
Of course, I'm going to be hostile.
No, it's in it.
That's how it's going to come off.
Hold on. Here it is, enemy. No, it's not. It's one thing. All right. I'll just say that your demeanor is completely different in text form than it is on the phone. There has been times when you've mocked him, when you've mocked Tom, and I was just like, yo, hey, that's my dude. That's my co-host. You know, that's one of my panelists. You know, that's not cool. But other than that, when it comes to on video or on the phone, you've been, you know, like this, you know, very diplomatic, very well spoken. It's not curt and rude. When you're on in the messages, you know, it's you are rude. You come off curt. You come off like a jerk. Now, the thing is what you're saying right now, I see and I hear your point on what you're saying. Now, the thing is that my show, I mean, before I had a much bigger panel of different people on the show. You know, and, you know, there's some other people that have been on the show or that have been in part of the chat that know that I have multiple people that are on this show. You know, I have other, you know, I have a biracial guy named Lucas, and I have a black female co-host as well named Lydia. She just had a baby. So long story short, because of quarantine, I haven't been able to have everybody under the same roof so I can have multiple different voices. They've been put on like basically on hold until hopefully this quarantine thing is over. Then I'd have multiple, that's 2 other different voices going on in the room as well. And like for just to say something on a positive side, Lydia's very, very political and very opinionated with things. Now, she might lean towards in my world a little bit as far as like where I look at things politically, but she's, you know, she has a little bit more of a thicker background in politics than me, for to make a long story short. But when it comes to when you come to us, let's just say when you come onto the show and you're spitting out all this information. Now, here's the thing. One of the things is that, one, you're giving us the information. And like I said earlier in this conversation, we, you know, like I'll come to you guys a lot of times and go, hey, what do you guys think? And, you know, it'll be everybody is chiming in, putting in their piece, you know, putting in their 2 cents. Everyone, even sometimes Woodgrain will come in and type in a little bit of something. You know what I mean? Hey, man, you wrong, P. Whatever might be wrong, whatever it might be, it'd be like, okay, I might be wrong, so let's talk about it. Why could I be wrong? You know, or why are you disagreeing with Tom? You see what I'm saying? So then we get the conversation going on down below. Now, if you're going, hey, check this thing out, then we'll check it out. You see what I'm saying? It's not like we're sitting here going, nope. Everything is our opinions is this is it. This is our opinions. This is how it is. This is the Pascal show where there's no opinions, where opinions are only ours. And you must listen to us because ours are the law. Not at all, bruh. Not at all. That is the farthest from what this show really is. I try as much as I can to put out information or to get as much information as I can before the show starts. Now, when it comes to getting more information, okay, when it gets to, what's up, Woodgrain? When it gets to more information, you know, that we're getting added on into the chats, I'm throwing it to the guys because they, like, my computers are running a lot of different things. So they're the guys that go in and find those things. Like, hey, this is an audible. Like what happened today about the SCOTUS ruling. I had no idea about it. I'm like, guys, can you look that up? I know that's an audible, but let's look that up. It is a full, free-flowing, shooting from the hip show. Not everything is like, this ain't CNN where I'm coming in with a full-on, like where I have a teleprompter in front of me where I'm just reading a script and saying exactly what's going on. No, I tell you what's going on, and then I go, bang, okay, let's talk about it. Let's see what it's all about. You know what I mean? So, and even so, sometimes when we do get the information, just because we don't agree with you at the end of the looking it up, does not mean that we didn't look it up. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Okay.
and I've always said, hey, look, man, it's your show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've even offered. I was like, hey, look, because when you guys blaze through, you have a show. So let's say in a week, you guys go through, maybe in just one show, you guys go through maybe 10, 11 different subjects.
Yeah.
So in that 10, 11 different subjects, I won't call in. I'll just be, saying what I say. But these guys, Tom and Jack, they'll be saying what they got to say. Then they'll say something about Trump or, conservatives this or conservatives that. Or this person's a racist, this person, that. And I know to myself that it's not true. So I say, hey, look, it's not true. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is lost in a ton of chat. And then what they say goes out as fact. And so I'm like, okay, should I call in? Then I say, nah, I'm not going to call in. And then there's this other subject that comes up. And then another subject comes up. So by the time that I do call in, I'm like a machine gun because I'm trying to say, hey, look,
Yeah.
this was wrong, that
Right.
was wrong, this was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what you hear is that frustration. So sometimes in the chat with 200 character limit, and really I don't like to copy and paste.
Gotcha.
So with 200 character limit, it's kind of hard to dispel a falsehood. I made a response video to you, Tom and Jack, a month ago. I don't know if you guys watched it, but it took me to dispel. I think in one, I called in, and Tom and Jack took about 20 minutes calling what I said crazy, and it took me literally 3 days to make a response video to 20 minutes. Nobody looked at that video.
Did you send?
Nobody. Tanavane looked at it.
Did you?
Tanavane watched a lot of my.
But did you send this video? Did you let us know that there was a response video to us that you made?
You said you were subscribed. You said you were subscribed to my channel. So,
I subscribed,
I did not.
But that doesn't mean no. I do. I subscribed. I literally just watched your most recent one that you put up yesterday, where Trump, something about he doesn't like the COVID something. I'm forgetting the title.
Trump doesn't like COVID-19.
Thank you. I just watched that, but I didn't see anything about a response video. So that's news to me.
Yeah, it's a response. It's a response. Now they're longer, but I'm like that's. I usually do Dallas Cowboys videos, but I'm like, okay, well, with this format, it's Pascal's show,
right?
And the only person that I'm looking at this brother because you are a black guy. You have a voice on the show with mountains of other ethnicities. White guys. Like I don't watch Shapiro and Fox News and all that. So I come on because I'm like, this guy's honest. His heart is in the right place. I just think that he doesn't know enough about both sides, and I hate to see him being spoon-fed like you have every other caller that calls in, and even the guy on your show, the police officer that you had, he told you like, yo, the news skews stuff to make you see things from person, and I see you in that.
Yeah.
So it's like Morpheus seeing Neo in the Matrix, and I'm not trying to make the mind up for you. At the end of the day, you're going to have to choose the red or the blue pill. All I want to do is give you the truth without, and you can look at Jack and Tom and say, hey, look, what do you think about what he said? But too often, they'll just dismiss it. They'll say, oh, yeah, I heard what he said, and then they dismiss it. So I'm like, damn, I did all that just to be dismissed. So like I said, man, I offered, if you really cared to know a little bit in depth, especially from a black point of view, you know what I'm saying? Because it's totally different. It's a totally different experience.
Here it is, though. Here it is. I mean, yes, it is a black point of view. Like your point of view, yes, it is a black point of view, but it's a different point of view. You know, it's a different black point of view because I know that there's a lot of black people that have my point of view, you know, and there's a lot of other black people that have a much more militant point of view, much more far left than my opinions. You see what I'm saying? Like, so just like yours, like you have your opinions, they might be conservative, but I'm sure that there's another guy next to you that is even more conservative, black conservative than you. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, that is your opinion. Just like any other person, like I said, I try my hardest to bring in as many different walks of life on this show, all colors, all shades of the rainbow on this show. People that agree with me and people who don't agree with me, like that cop that came onto the show a couple days ago on Tuesday. You know, he doesn't agree with anything that I think at all, except for
but he used
there was
to
only
be
one
like
moment.
You, though.
Yes.
Him like me used to be. I used to be a flaming liberal.
Yeah.
I used to be left. I participated in the bill in 2016, 2015. I participated in the BLM protest.
Yeah.
They had Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown. I participated. I told you only just recently in 2018, right after that, I started listening to Trump when he started running. So I just recently, and I didn't really turn conservative until, associate myself with conservatism until 2017. So I'm 45 years old. So all those years before, so for 42 years, I guess, say minus 18, I was a liberal. So I understand your point of view completely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is if you're looking at, you can tell me something and I can totally understand it.
Right.
And if I disagree with it, I'm not disagreeing with it just for the sake of disagreeing with it. I'm disagreeing with it because I'm like, I've been there and done that. You know what I'm saying? But what my point is that, like I said, if I'm on your show every day, 2-3 hours a day, really when Tom and Jack are talking, it's insufferable to me, but I still listen, you know, to see if they're going to tell me something that is intelligent or, that I feel is intelligent or that I can learn from, really.
Right.
Can I learn something different? I've been out the loop for a couple of years. Let me see if I can learn something different. But if I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, hey, look, perhaps if you're talking about conservatives, perhaps getting a conservative opinion rather than giving your opinion on something that you never gave 10 minutes of your time. I'm not talking about you per se, but gave 10% of your time to, but you have this huge opinion on it. You know, it kind of makes me, like I said, 200 letters, 200 characters, typing. Guess what?
Yeah.
It's going to be short and sweet.
It's going to be short and sweet and to the point.
Perhaps, and to the point. So, yeah, it's going to, if you read it.
And perhaps it comes off curt. I really, you know, see what, you know, I really see what you're saying in regards to what you're saying. Because, I mean, you know, and the thing is like I said, I got mad respect for you, bro. the times that you have sent things and have sent me things and talked about things, and when it's been perceived as a diplomatic and fair playing field, it has been always been received with absolute love and respect. And like I said, I'm figuring this out as I go too, because it's not like I go and sit here and say, oh yeah, it's all. I mean, I do have a certain feeling about who we have in office right now, but that's a whole other conversation in itself. And I feel like if it was a different Republican president, I feel like I might feel something different. But like I said, I digress. That's another conversation in itself. But at the same time, I think that there's just a lot of things that are holding, that kind of push me away from the conservative side for various reasons. And I think it's just solely because of, well, there's a lot of reasons, and we could talk about this all night. But I understand what you're trying to say. I want to, like I said, I want to learn more. I'd like to know more. I feel like we try to get down to the bottom of it through not only just from the guys, but I'm getting it from you guys in the comments sections down below as well, or off to the side. Sorry, because it's off to the side on the screen. And the thing is like that's what I need personally, because like I said, there's certain things that I don't know, that I'm still learning as I go. But I do want to ask you this though, Enemy, because you said that in 2016 you were say a flaming liberal, as you said, quote unquote. Yeah. So I do want to ask you, when did you swallow the red pill, if you mind me asking?
I swallowed the red pill when,
and why?
Because Trump used to be celebrated through the black community, and I looked at his policies and all that stuff, and I was like, hey, look, this aligns with everything that I've been saying. And then he reached out to the black community, and I told my wife, well, my fiance at the time, I was like, look, I think I'm gonna vote for Trump this year. And she didn't want to hear it. She didn't want to hear nothing I had to say about it.
That's interesting.
She shut me down. And then all I heard was this negative news about Trump, and Snoop Dogg came out and called him a racist. And I'm like, wait a minute, just last year you just did a roaster with Trump, and you were calling him your homeboy.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
Jesse Jackson came out and called him a racist, but Jesse Jackson had an award. Then I started doing research on the Democrats, and I was like, wow, because like I said, I used to own a business, and, when my wife went in the military, I sold all my stuff, and I, over 25 years of business, my income went up. Under Obama, my income went half. I lost half of my net worth each year he was in office. So
when Obama was in office.
When Obama was in office.
Gotcha.
And it actually, not each year. It didn't start. I didn't start losing half of my net worth per year until like around 2010. So even through the recession, and my business was mostly black. My customer base was mostly black. So I wasn't losing money business-wise because I wasn't doing good business. I was losing money because all the blacks around that were coming to me lost their jobs. They were losing jobs. They wasn't getting jobs. Jobs wasn't being created. And so my core base couldn't afford to come to me. So I'm constantly having to drop my prices. I'm doing twice the work. My artists are doing twice the work. I'm having to lay employees off and stuff like that. And it didn't dawn on me that I was so in love with Obama. You know what I'm saying? I had his picture on my nightstand next to Martin Luther King and Jesus. He couldn't do no wrong in my eyes.
Yeah, no, I feel I feel like that's everybody. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. But then, okay. So,
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah,
all right.
so-
You say that, I don't mean to interject, but just really quick, you said that your wife, as soon as you said that you were going to vote for Trump, your wife wasn't cool with it. Did she finally cross over time and feel what you're saying right now, or does she still disagree with you?
Nah, she crossed over.
What happened?
But
Why?
mind you that.
What happened? Why did she
well,
cross
it was-
over?
Well, she crossed over because I had to show her how the media had kind of manipulated the way all the stuff that there was a thing that was saying that Trump was making fun of a handicapped guy. It's like, look at Trump, he's making fun of this handicapped guy.
Yeah.
He's so evil, he's so mean, right? And I had to show her that somebody made a video where it showed Trump doing the same gestures on people who wasn't handicapped, right? And it started to dawn on her the same, and I started having to show her the hypocrisy of the Democrats, and then we had to figure out what Democrat means, what Republican means. And half you ask anybody, I could probably ask you, like, what does a Democrat want? And you probably say something like civil rights and social justice or whatever, but the name Democrat means democracy. They want democracy. Republicans want a republic. The government was founded on a republic. That's what in the Constitution, that all government will have a Republican form of government. So the Republicans want to keep the Constitution as written. Democrats want to inject democracy, and they want to come up with democracy. And so that's why they're Democrats, democracy, Democrat, Republican, republic. And so that's what the party, the top tier of the party, that's what they want. One wants to keep the republic, one wants to overthrow the republic and turn it into a democracy. And then if you're black, you say, well, why you vote for a Democrat? Well, we vote for Democrat because of the civil rights. Okay. So you really don't know who you're representing. You know what I'm saying? Or what
Right.
you're representing. That's why we're getting these statues torn down and all this stuff.
But here it is,
Because-
though, and I understand that piece.
So-
Hold on.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, brother.
But that's research
Mhm.
that you have to do on your own.
No,
you know what I mean?
no, and
it
I
takes
totally
too long. I'm
No,
sorry
no.
I went on.
No, you're good. And no. Here's the thing, though. No. I'm glad that we're having this conversation. Real talk. This is good. This is good talk. So yes. And there's a reason why I'm about to. There's a reason why I'm excited about this is because here it is. Because this is the reason why that, and like me on my own side is a reason why I am literally very let's just say, long story short, like I don't lean very red very much. No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot of things that I that on certain aspects of things, I might lean a little bit more in the red, but I still am over in the Democrat side. Now, one of the main reasons why I feel this way, and maybe, and I already know for a fact it's going to be a media, societal thing. I mean, I already know the history, the long list of reasons why this could be type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying, enemy? But I'm going to say it anyway. Okay. One of the main things, one of the main reasons why I have steered clear from the Republican side is because of the image and what it stands for in a way. For it almost seems as if, and this is just me speaking very freely right now. So what I'm about to say has no fact. This is only opinion, and I'm just speaking from the gut right now. So just be gentle with me right now, guys. And I'm saying not only to you, I'm not saying that only to you, enemy. I'm saying that to everybody else in the comments section right now. Just bear with me with what I'm about to say. Now, when it comes to the Republican side, it almost seems as if it is, if it's not blue, if it's not blonde hair and blue eyed, and yes, I went race for real quick, then it ain't right. If it ain't white, it ain't right. And for some odd reason, from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like there's anything there that is built for the black community. Every time I see anything that has anything to do with patriotism, anything that has to do with the country and how the country should be run, it is almost as if it is very white, and that's it. White is right. And so for me, when I see the Tommy Lahrens and when I see the whitewashed, I'm sorry for saying that, but when I see the whitewashed minds of like a Candace Owens, it is really hard for me to, and I'm not putting you, you are completely excluded from this, my brother. I'm not trying to call you anything at all. Because there's plenty of black conservatives that have, that are very, very awesome. I'm not throwing any judgment on any black conservatives, but for me, my own personal feeling inside does not feel right. It does not feel like they are there for me. It doesn't feel like the Republicans are there for me. Now, I'm not trying to bash nobody. I ain't trying to talk trash on Trump or anything of that sort. This is just how I feel as a human being. And when I think of the things like I am not pro-life, I'm not. Now, I could be burned at the stake right now, and I'm sure everybody in this, people in the chat section could think I'm the worst person in the world, but at the same time, I'm not. Now, I understand they have very good arguments on both sides, but I always leave it up to, it's a woman's body, it's their choice. So it is pro-choice for me. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is that not everybody in this planet is Christian and bleeds the good old red, white, and blue. I'm sorry, but I'm an immigrant. I grew up in this country a different way, and yet still grew up still seeing ways that the Republicans were, how Republicans were perceived in the black community. So for me, it's very hard to lean, like I said, if there was a way to show that the Republican views and all that, and saying, hey, come on over here type of thing, aside from like abolishing slavery and all that, because we can go and talk about all that stuff for days, and what Trump's done for HBCUs and blah, blah, blah. Sorry for saying blah, 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 but there's no dig at you. I'm just saying we can go blah, blah, blah all day long about the things that are going on, but there's no show of like, hey, come on over here, black community. Let us show you a little bit more of the way. Let's get you to, you see what I'm saying? Break out of the shell, break out of the mindset at least. If that's, because what you're saying for me, you want to expand my mind politically, right? To open my mind to other things, to the other side. So I'm trying to do that. Personally, I am. But then I see the stuff, and then I see this, I'm sorry to say this, but then I see this racist rhetoric that's being said, and I understand that some of it is media-based and media-heavy, but then you see all these people who are running around wearing their, ruling this country since 1776, and they're throwing out racial slurs and they're holding their AR-15. You see what I'm saying? There's an image that's over there that does not say, "Come on in, black people. Let's have a conversation," so that you can swallow the red pill too. I don't see that.
You say it a lot.
I know. I'm sorry.
So
I just had to get it all out.
Because I don't want to.
Yeah.
For every lie, there's a whole lot to unpack. Think of somebody saying that a person murdered somebody, then they have to go to court to defend them. There's a whole lot that goes into trying to prove you're innocent. So the first thing I want to unpack is the Republican, conservative, and all that. Okay, there's a difference between a conservative and a Republican. Tony Lauren, Candace Owens, they are not Republicans in the true sense of the word. They vote Republican, but they're conservatives. They're Republican in name only. They are what we call rhinos. Okay,
rhinos. You said
rhinos. It's RINO.
Okay.
Republican in name only.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. Like I said, most blacks are conservative as far as lifestyle is concerned, but they vote Democrat, or so they identify as a Democrat. So it's sort of like a man or a male could be a male in body parts, but could be a woman as far as gender is concerned. It's just like naming your car a female. That's you gender your car, or calling a boat a girl or she. You gender your boat. So there's a difference between sex and gender. A lot of Republicans or conservatives don't understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as, so I can't stand Tommy Warren. I can't stand Sean Hannity. I can't stand Fox. I can't stand none of those people on there. Like, I listen to Lou Dobbs every once in a while, but Fox News, I can't stand it.
Okay.
Okay. They're repulsive because they're so hardcore conservative and not Republican, because that's not what their views is not really traditional republicanism. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
so they're what? Would they be considered like more extreme, or are they just agents? Like, what would you?
They're hardcore conservatives.
Okay.
That think they're Republican. They're just more, just like you would vote for Biden just because you hate Trump. They vote Republican just because they hate the left.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
they're not Republican. So a true Republican would be somebody like George Washington that adheres to the Constitution, that looks towards the Constitution for everything. Right? Whereas a Democrat would be like, I see the Constitution, but I interpret it differently than Republicans. I know that it's supposed to be a Republican type of government, which is based on the Roman system, but I want to base our system on the Greek system of democracy. So
gotcha.
that goes all up to the Civil War and everything. So it's more majority rules versus and universal equality for Democrats, and Republicans want individual liberty. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So when you see now George Bush, he was a rhino. So and if you're voting, if you're black and you vote 89%, 95% Democrat every 4 years, Republicans, they can win without that vote. So if you're not going to vote for me anyway, and we can win without your vote, then of course we're not going to try to cater to you. We got to cater to these other people that voted for us 90, 50, 60%. No other voting block votes. What white people do is half of them vote Republican, half of them vote Democrat. So you get roughly around 50% every election. So if you're a Democrat president, you can't cast off 50% of white people. Win or lose. If you're a Republican and you win, you can't cast off 50% of white people. You got to take care of that base. But if you win and you don't get any significant portion of a voting block, why cater to them? Because that's what politics is.
Right.
You cater to who supports you, and whoever don't support you, screw them. Now, when Trump came in, he said he hates Democrats so much that he said, look, by the end of 4 years, black people, because he's been catering to black people like crazy. So, but the media won't show black people that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they'll just say, oh, he's racist, he's this and that. So Trump said, by the end of 4 years, I promise you, I'll get 95% of the black vote.
But
Republicans can win without the black vote. Democrats can't.
But here it is.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Can I just ask you a question? In that section right there, you say that Trump said that he can guarantee that he can get the 95% of the black vote, and all that. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think that he's even trying right now to get the black vote at all? Because to me, it seems like he's not.
How can you try if you're getting impeached, you're getting tossed in the news by COVID, numbers getting inflated, people going crazy about 130,000 deaths when there's 250,000 deaths of just medical malpractice a year.
Calling the Black Lives Matter a terrorist group.
You can't get nothing done. Like, there's plenty of stuff that he's met with black people about at least 20 times. But, they got videos on the whitehouse.com.
Yeah.
But if you don't go there and look at these videos where you see this black support,
the young,
you don't think
the
that
young
it's
black.
non-existent.
Yeah, it was like he did something like a few, maybe last year. It was the young black business something. I forgot. Young black.
Because he asked black people, he said, what do you want to be called? Do you want to be called African Americans or you want to be called black? They said, we want to be called black. So they're called blacks for Trump, but the news will not show that, because if they do show that black support on the right, then other black people will be like, why are so many black people going over there? And then they'll actually do their own research and say, well, shit, this aligns more to me than that does. So the left, if they lose the black vote, Trump got 8%. If he gets 15%, 15 to 20% of the black vote, the Democrats are in trouble for another 2 terms at least. If he gets 30% of the black vote, the Democrats won't be elected for at least another generation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
So,
and I understand that. I guess see, now these are the reasons why. Sorry, but these are the reasons. No, I'm happy that I'm glad that we are able to have this conversation. Like in the evening times, these are the conversations that we, longer formed conversations we can have, like this, which is great. But and the thing is that I think that's the reason why, like, we can't blame. Okay, we can't say everything is media based. You see what I'm saying? You can't say that CNN or Fox, even Fox News is turning on him now as well. You can't really say that it's all just based on media only. You see what I'm saying? Now, I understand you probably have facts for days, but at the same time, I go, well, still, no matter what, if these things are being said about him for a reason, they can't just come falling out of the sky and somebody just decided to grab it and then, you see what I'm saying, and just decide to spill this out as just facts.
But that's Trump. That's Trump. Like I said, it's a bigger animal at play. You know what I'm saying? It's a bigger animal at play. It's democracy versus republicanism. It's do you want to change the Constitution, and do you want to get a whole new system of government, which is based on democracy, which history has always shown that democracy leads to totalitarianism. Okay?
Yeah.
Hitler was democratically elected. Okay? And so once he got into power, he made himself, what's that called? The Grand Führer. Okay?
Right.
That's what you get in a democracy. Once the masses, if majority rules, is mob rules, they can take away the rights of the minority. So let's say this country is 65% white. If they voted in a democracy to take the rights away from black people, they could. Not saying that they would, because there will be some white dissenters. But whoever gets the 51% can take away the rights of the 49%. And if the 49% feels like it's worth going to war for, then you get a civil war. Yeah. That's why we had the Civil War, because the slave states, they wanted the majority rule, and the Constitution said all men are created equal, and they was like, no, you got to go by what the law says in the Constitution.
Right.
So you got to get rid of these slaves. And they was like, no, we're the majority. We're white people. We need to keep these slaves, basically. States' rights is what they call it. That's like a dog whistle.
So,
but the parties never switched. You know what I'm saying? It's just the groups of people. So, as far as Trump is concerned, Trump is a bull in the china shop. I don't like the fact that he tweets so much. I don't like some of his bullish behavior. Sometimes it comes off as authoritarianism or authoritarian.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of hard for me to get that word out.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Sometimes he comes off like that.
Like a dictator.
Like a dictator.
Exactly.
But mind you, he's trying to undo not just 8 years of sort of like Hydra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
because you got an existing government.
Yeah.
And you're trying to undo that, and you got the news that saying, look, you're not marketable because you're offending all these people. And so if we get money by talking about you, because if we say something good about you, then we lose all of our sponsors. We lose all our advertisers.
Yeah.
They're not going to like that. So the more that we play the champions for social justice, the more that we can keep the Coke brand advertising on us, and so on and so forth.
Right.
So he's kind of created his own little problem with the media. But at the end of the day, you have to decide what side are you on. Are you on the side that is trying to usurp the entire governmental system as we know it?
Yeah.
Or are you on the side that is for the Constitution, the 7 articles of the Constitution, and the 27 amendments and the 10 amendments of the Bill of Rights? Are you on that side, or are you on a totally different side where they're going to rewrite? Because if they get enough people in the House and the Senate, they can rewrite the Constitution as they see fit.
Right.
So I've seen enough enough Democratic policies over the last almost 60 years, because all the inner cities are run by Democrats. All large cities, New York, Chicago, every large city, you're going to see black people there. And black people ain't doing good in no city except Atlanta, but Atlanta is a Republican state.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
so,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So Malcolm X has said this. He hated Democrats. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm X hated Democrats. Mm-hmm. So when people start quoting Malcolm X and taking quotes and stuff out of context, then I try to post that now on my page, but I'm really posting that honestly. All the videos that I've made over the last month, I've made them for you specifically. You know, Tom and Jack, hey, that's something else, but specifically for you, just because I see my brother has all this potential, man. I've seen what you've done with your show. I've seen all the, how you had the show before COVID. Yeah. And that's impressive at that age. That's absolutely impressive. So you've been around.
Yeah.
You're young, and I'm like, look, that's my brother. I have allegiance to him. I know what Haiti went through. I know about the Haitian massacre. I know about the French and Portuguese, and I know a lot about Haiti, and I know what Haiti went through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not only that, he's a brother. So I would never lie to you knowingly, and I would never give you any information that I haven't already thoroughly checked the sources on. I don't look at slant. I don't want no opinion in my sources. I overlook it. I just want raw facts. And a lot of times, to get your facts, you have to get 7 facts in a page. You'd have a page with 500 words, and out of that 500 words, you might get 30 that's actual fact. So I'm used to that. I've trained my mind to overlook conjecture, opinion, and everything else, and I just want straight facts.
Now here's the thing, though. Now here's the thing. Now we're going back to that, which I'm glad that we are real quick. Because when it comes to fact, like, okay, you know, you get the facts, but at the end of the day, though, you still have to come up with your own personal opinion about things. Not everything's so methodically, you know, not everything's so clinical. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel in your heart of hearts that say there was statistics and facts that were leaning. I know I'm using pro-choice and pro-life a lot right now, but I'm just going to use it for example. And just say like everything leans towards pro-choice, like factually. Let's just say in a world, factually, there are facts that just lean hard on pro-choice, but you deep down inside feel some type of way. You see what I'm saying? You can read the facts all day long, brother, but at the end of the day, what does your heart tell you? What does your gut tell you? Yeah, these are the facts, but I still feel this way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you have to decide on whether the truth or, you know, because facts is different from truth. Facts can lead up to truth. You know what I'm saying? But facts alone don't mean truth. Okay?
Yeah.
Facts just you know, it's just a part of the truth or can lead to the truth. So in that case, like abortion, I know that you probably think that conservatives hate abortion or whatever. No, some conservatives, because they align themselves, because you're talking about conservatives now. You're not talking about Republicans.
Right.
There's conservatives will align themselves with Republicans mostly. But there are a lot of white conservatives that are Democrats. And it ain't just that, and Hispanics too. Any race, nationality, they could be conservative in heart and the way that they live their life, but they lean Democrat. You see what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
and there are some people that are liberal that vote conservative.
Like,
you know?
like for example, like Tomi Lahren. Tomi Lahren is, for example, she's hardcore Republican. But then she talks about like how she's pro-life. But then she goes on to The View and destroys her career by one question and one question only. And those ladies asked her about her opinions on where she stood in regards to abortion. And she said, I'm pro-choice. And everyone, the whole room just stopped still. Because she said,
right.
Just because I'm a Republican doesn't mean that I don't have my own personal views on what I feel is right, what I feel is right. Yeah. She lost her career. Yeah. She napalmed her career in 2 seconds because
but that's anecdotal. And I don't mean to cut you off, but I know you were talking about facts and your opinion based on facts or whatever. All I'm saying is, okay, let me give you an example. Trump made the phone call to Ukraine. He said it was a perfect call. I thought it wasn't a perfect call. I read the transcript. I thought it wasn't a perfect call.
Right.
I thought it was a bit dicey. It took a bunch of balls to make that call. But at the same time, I got to say, well, if it wasn't Trump, then nobody would give a shit because Joe Biden did the same thing. Nobody cared, and they still don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
well, because there's a lot of people that want to get him out. There's a lot of people. There's a large majority that still love Trump, but there's still a large majority of people in this country that want to see him get kicked out so badly. Like you said, he's a bull in a china shop. You know what I mean? Bad pun. Apparently, I guess you can't use China anymore because that seems like he's racist. But
so you can see the facts
anyway,
and you can make the opinion on your heart. I saw the facts with George Floyd. I remember that video that came out a few years ago with Chris Rock and he said, "How not to get your ass kicked by the police."
Yeah,
there's a lot of truth to that joke.
Hell yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But we know George Floyd was fighting back and all that stuff, and the facts point to he was being really, he was kind of being aggressive with the cops and, so on and so forth. I can see George Floyd even just struggling I can even see George Floyd punching one of the cops. But that still doesn't negate the fact that this cop sat on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. So he's saying he can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? And then he passes out, and you still got your you still got your knee on his neck.
You could say fuck. It's the nighttime show, so you're good. Fuck, fuckity fuck. You good.
Yeah. But everybody across the board saw that and was like, that's messed up. But if you're looking at the facts of systemic racism, systemic institutionalized racism, those are hard facts that you have to look at the percentages. Okay, you got to ask yourself, like, even with this COVID virus, you got to say, well, what amount of people is we're going to have to say, look, that's just going to have to happen. That's going to happen in a country with 330 million people in it. You're going to get some dumbasses. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're going to get some people that are bad apples in every situation. No organization is going to be 100% good or 100% bad. Even there was even some Nazi defectors that left Hitler and came over to the United States. So not all those Nazis were bad. So this is what I'm saying is, if you in that case, you got to look at the hard data, and then your heart should understand what should be valued. If you care about the truth and not being hypocritical, then you would say, okay, maybe it's not as bad. Maybe I'm looking at the news. They got me so scared and paranoid. Because look, I've been arrested probably 30 times. Like I said, I used to be a flaming liberal. I've been arrested like 30 times. I've never had an issue in Texas. I never had an issue with racism or I'm talking to you, so I wasn't killed. And these are times when I had guns on me. You know what I'm saying? By the feds and everything.
Right.
So in my young wild days. So when it comes to, and I can't just use my situation on it. I have to look at, I have to look at the data. I have to trust the data. I have to trust when it, same thing with, what's that stuff called, voter suppression. When you say, oh, it's voter suppression, well, the vote didn't get suppressed when Obama was running.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't get suppressed when Bill Clinton won. But when the other side went, all of a sudden it was voter suppression.
I mean,
like, come on,
Yeah.
Look at common sense. If you're talking about Kentucky, with 87% white, why the hell would they need to support a 1% black vote? Like, that's stupid. Like, they're going to win anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
they're going to get that done. If you're a Democrat, if you're in New York, you shouldn't have voter suppression. If you're in Houston, you shouldn't have voter suppression. If you're in Atlanta, you shouldn't have voter suppression because they're all run by Democrats. So if anybody supports pressing your vote, it's the Democrats doing that.
No, and
because the Republicans aren't in control.
Yeah, and
you're looking at the data. That's just what I'm saying.
No, and I see your point. I mean, I definitely see your point on you dropped a lot of things, and like I said, and a lot of people are feeling what you're saying too on here as well in the comment section as well. But and I see your point, and the thing is all I can say is that all I can say is I could try I will do my best to look up and study and see as much as I can and try to open up my eyes as much as I can.
I'm gonna tell you where to start. I'm gonna tell you where to start.
Okay.
And,
Shoot.
and everything else opens up after that. Like your journey will take you wherever you go, and you don't have to listen to what I say. You'll want to find out on your own. All you have to do is look up Democrat and what they stand for.
Right.
and what democracy stands for. I'm talking about. Look up Google. Google YouTube democracy, YouTube constitutional republic.
That's funny because Michael D on here just commented. He said, "Oh," and this is in a conversation that they're talking about. But it's funny that you said just Google it. He said, "Oh, Google said it. It must be true." You know what I mean? He's like, no matter what website it's gathered, no matter what website it gathered the info, that's hilarious. And I thought that's kind of interesting too. Like,
Google is going to formulate, because they're Democrats, so they're going to formulate resort. Like if you look up terms.
Yeah.
And you can say, well, I want to look up what this term means. Well, a lot of that stuff gets updated daily. Like definitions and stuff changes daily. So what something might mean today, it might not mean next week. You know what I'm saying? And so your definitions get skewed or whatever. So I never use Google to seriously look up something. I always use DuckDuckGo on Firefox. I use a whole different browser. I don't even use Google Chrome, because all the stuff that they send you is always going to be left leaning. So if you wanted to find out something, like if I wanted to dig up some old stuff on like Obama, 9 years ago, it's going to automatically pull up. If I want to pull up dirt on Obama, it's automatically going to show me dirt on Trump. It might sprinkle a little of the Obama in it, but the majority of it is going to automatically say, okay, well, if you're looking up on dirt on Obama, what about this dirt on Trump? It's automatically going to show me that. So I look at DuckDuckGo, but you can go to YouTube just for the sake of trying to find out what a democracy is, and what a republic is. And you can say, okay, well, where do the Democrats come from? Where do Republicans come from? Because it should bear your mind, like, why are these parties named what they're named?
Right.
And then not only that, the Constitution, when they drafted up the Constitution in the Philadelphia Convention, they had to spell it, because the United States, believe it or not, used to be a democracy. That's why it was the Articles of Confederation. You know what I'm saying? That was our first Constitution. And we left that Constitution because it didn't work. There were riots and shit.
Right.
They almost overthrew a state. So they said, okay, we have to ratify and make a new Constitution. So they made the United States Constitution, and they made it into a republic.
Right.
And they said all states will have a guaranteed Republican form of government.
And I could definitely.
And so that's why when you see the Confederate Army, the Confederacy, they want to go back to the old Constitution, the very first one that didn't work out.
Right.
So that's why they were called the Confederate Army. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they're basing theirs on the first Constitution. So it's sort of like Jews and Muslims.
Yeah.
Muslims believe that Abraham's first son, which was Ishmael, is the true heir to the throne of Abraham, and Jews believe that Isaac, Abraham's second son, that from his wife, is the true heir to the throne. So that's why Muslims and Jews they don't get along, because Abraham had two sons. He had one that was from a slave, and he had one that was from his wife. And the Muslims think that they are the heirs of the slave, because God said, I'll give your firstborn son the kingdom of heaven, basically.
Yeah.
Or the kingdom of heaven on earth, basically. So that's why Muslims and Jews don't get along, and then Christians come along, because Jesus came and said, look, none of that stuff matters. That's in the old covenant.
Yeah,
that's the old stuff.
That's the old story.
I'm the new covenant.
Well, let me ask you something.
So now,
let me ask you something.
Sort of like the same thing.
Yeah. So let me ask you, and I appreciate it, and I'll look up these things as well. You know what I mean? It's some stuff for sure that I can look up and deep dive into. One last question. One really, really quick last question. It's more of a personal thing. All right. Given the fact that you are black, given the fact that you are conservative and you are black, let me ask you: have you had any Have you had any issues with that? Have you seen any backlash? Have people giving, like, you know, what kind of Republican are you? Are you the one that's walking around black? What kind of black Republican are you? Are you the one that's walking around with the MAGA hat on, or no? You see what I'm saying? And if you and if you are the one wearing the MAGA hat, do you get a lot of funny looks from other black people, etc.? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I live in San Antonio. There's not many black people here. I'm
Gotcha.
around a bunch of, it's like 60-something% Hispanic. So I'm around a lot of Hispanics. I'm not around many blacks. And when I was around blacks, I had such a reputation of sort of like a streetwise guy. You know what I mean? Like I was loved in my community. So the guys, the thugs and stuff, they would, just like I'm talking to you, they would listen to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a lot of what I said kind of fell on deaf ears because they didn't participate in the political process anyway. So to them, they didn't care about, Trump one way or the other unless they was listening to like the black radio station that play rap, and then in the morning show all they do is rail on Trump all day. And so it and then when they turn on the news or, go on Facebook, all their friends. And so when I talk to them, they just say, hey, look, he's a business owner. So, and he's always been cool. I remember when he used to be wilding out. So, and I respect him. So he must, he'll never lie to me. So,
yeah,
like I said, to them it was no, it wasn't one way or the other. Like they didn't care. All they wanted to do was feel they were dope, and whatever. And if you ask them, Trump, they'd be like, the hell with him. They didn't know much about him. I didn't force that on them. And as far as do I wear MAGA hats? No, I think that shit is silly. I don't. Now, if Trump had a Navy hat with white letters and like a U.S. flag on the side that looked more cool, I would definitely rock a MAGA hat. I don't like to make America great. Because like I told you, Bill Clinton, that was one of his slogans. When Hillary Clinton ran in 2016, it was "Make America Great." That was one of his slogans. Now, I think that came out before Trump made his slogan. But I got that on my page. You know what I'm saying? Like KKK members endorsing Hillary Clinton. You know what I'm saying? Like with the KKK rebellion on and everything.
Yeah. No.
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is like,
but I'm not that guy. I'm not. I try to defend Trump because there's so much slander, and it's almost impossible because it's just a tidal wave day in and day out of falsehoods.
Yeah.
My mind, I'm a true Republican and I'm a conservative. My mind is on preserving the republic because that guarantees that everyone is created equal.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying? All men are created equal, and there's a difference between people being created equal and trying to create equality.
Gotcha.
Because trying to create equality is impossible. I can't do what you do. Like, your voice is awesome. That's why you don't ever hear me talking in my videos. Like, I just show straight videos that you decide for yourself in full context, no edits unless it's going to drag the video out long. And at the end of the day, they're going to say the same thing. You're just going to use a lot of damn words. So I might splice, a couple of seconds out of a video just to make it a little shorter, but you still get the same result at the end of the day. It's like if somebody asks you a yes or no question, and then instead of you just saying yes or no, you got to go through this whole little line, and then at the end, 2 minutes later, you say yeah. So I put that other little middle part out that but I only done it on like maybe two or three clips. But
well,
like I said, man, if you research that and then you research the democracy versus the republics, then if you know what the top tier people want, then the bottom tier people is just the means to get it.
Yeah.
So like all those they're Tea Partiers, the Tea Party, they are strict constitutionalists. They are strict constitutionalists. The right to bear arms, all that. And it's easy to throw racist on a sea of white people. You know, especially if you're black. You're like, I don't see no black people in that crowd. And then if you hear CNN, Don Lemon saying, look at these racists, you'd be like, man, that's kind of convincing. They prove like, a lot of white people.
Now we can hold on. Now I'm not saying hold on to start an argument or anything, but what I mean is like it was just it was a gut reaction. What I'm trying to say is now here's the thing though. When you go to and this is what sucks about social media then, okay? And like I said, I try to ride the fence in the middle as much as I can. But I also know what I feel in my heart. And when I see certain things where, you know, there are people who are defacing a Black Lives Matter mural when they don't need to do that at all, but they're wearing their MAGA hats. But they're wearing their MAGA hats and they're wearing their T-shirts and all that. They shouldn't be doing those things. I don't think that they should have gotten hate crime, but you see what I'm saying? So you see what I'm saying? Like I'm not always like on one side and one side only.
Look, those people that painted over the Black Lives Matter mural,
yeah,
they were stupid.
Oh,
they were stupid, and they like I said, you get idiots.
Yes.
And you can pull up videos every day of black idiots and white idiots. You can pull up videos from the left. And right.
Hence the reason why we showed up.
When you guys do that type of stuff.
But hence the reason why we went and actually I think it was Tanu Vane or Mr. T 12 was sent me a video of a black Karen. So it's not like we're sitting there going, oh, it's only we, you know, and it was that conversation. I literally shot from the I just shot from the hip in that situation where I was like, you know what? Let's talk about this Karen situation. Because I think, actually, you're the one who actually said a comment. And I said, you know what? You know, is this considered a derogatory term? And then we got into a whole conversation about it. It was such a left turn. Like I said, man, you know, Enemy, we listen to you guys. And I read those things and I'm like, that's a good question. Enemy just asked something and I liked it. Here we go. You know, and I made a joke like, for once I agree with one of his comments. So I said, hey, you know, Felicia, if we called every black girl Felicia, would it be racist? And then we started the conversation. And then that's how we got the black Karen incident. And then I talked about how the girl with the gun at the Chipotle thing, they were both Karens, both black and white Karens fighting with each other. You know what I mean? Like stupid is, I'm going to call out stupid.
But you went right back to, but you went right back to saying Karen. And
yes.
At the end of the day, I just felt like, hey, look at what I said didn't mean nothing. Because if you disparage,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No. What I was trying to say is like, it's a lot easier because at the end of it, I was like, oh, well, I'll just, you know, I could just say white girls acting a damn fool and black girls acting a damn fool, or I could just say white Karen, black Karen. And I was like, it just seems a little bit easier to just say Karen right now. So I'm just going to go with it for right now. But I see what you're saying.
Because the trap is that what conservatives and Republicans know is that the left will eat its own, because it's just like it's like Michael Jackson, who got plastic surgery and couldn't stop because nothing was ever perfect.
Yeah.
He kept seeking perfection and he'll never get it.
Right.
And so with that culture, that council culture and the shutdown freedom of speech and all that, you'll never get perfection. You'll be down to the last guy who is uncriticizable, like a quadriplegic, black transvestite, you know, a trans woman, male, you know, think about the most victim person that you can think about. That'll be the last person that's left after cancel culture and political correctness and all that. Once it's done with everybody and weed out all the imperfections, you'll be left with the only person that you can't criticize. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what
And
you're
so
saying.
that's why it's so dangerous. You see what I'm saying? Remember Planet of the Apes, how they rewrote history?
Yeah.
They tore down all the monuments. They tore down all the statues. Then you had a bunch of apes running around. They put the humans, they locked the humans up.
Yeah.
And so what you see when they turn down stuff, they just tore down the 9/11 memorial today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 9/11, a memorial. They tore it down.
Yeah.
Cut down the flag. So,
Yeah.
you know, this is what we be trying to wake people up about. Like, yo, this stuff is never going to stop.
Yeah.
Like, Black Lives Matter, they don't want police reform. They want police out the way so they can get at them rich white folks and get at anybody that has more money than them. So
Right.
if you got a show and you making money on YouTube and they want you and them to be on the same level. So regardless of you working your ass off for the last however many years you've been working your ass off, they want to be able to come in and say, no, you too far up on the social scale.
Yeah.
You're too far up on the class scale. You know, you have a better car than me. You're the enemy.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So they say that they want these things that you can never please them about. Trump signed the legislation, the reform bill, 3 weeks ago, and they still rioting. They still cutting down statues.
Yeah.
Because that's not what they want. They don't want to talk. They don't want a dialogue. They want what their ultimate goal is to overthrow the governmental system and the capitalist system as we know it, which will never fucking happen. But they won't be happy until they get that. And so what I'm saying is, if that's what you ultimately want to fall in line with and support and do your shows about and so on and so forth, then guess what?
Yeah.
That's your choice. But know exactly what you're standing for. I don't have a problem as long as you're making an informed decision rather than thinking, no, I'm standing for social justice. I'm standing for civil rights. I'm standing for this. We got civil rights in '65, but we still fighting for them in 2020.
Yeah.
But that was never the issue.
Yeah.
It was never about civil rights. You know what I'm saying? It was always about forcing other people to be equal to you and making everybody equal. That's what it was all about. And majority rule.
Well, enemy, I'm gonna
never about that.
I'm
So
gonna make sure.
I know that you.
Yeah. Go ahead. Say that again.
Yeah, I know that this is a lot to take in, and it's just like Neo. It's just like Neo when he got into the Matrix. Remember when Morpheus showed him the real world, and he came out the Matrix and he threw up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. At least I don't try to. I've already been through that stage. I was through that stage in my 20s, conspiracy theories and Rothschilds and all that.
Right.
I'm not that. I'm past that stage.
Enemy.
So like I said, I would never lie to you
I don't
purposely.
No, and
I would never try to indoctrinate you in anything.
Yeah.
Anything. I just try to present the facts and make up your own mind. That's all I do.
Right, and here it is. Here it is. I appreciate you giving me I appreciate you being as eager as you are and having that much passion behind just giving as much of the information and facts as you can. And like I said, I'm all for it, and I'm glad that we are able to chop it up and talk about it right now. I know that there's some other people that are kind of waiting to call in right now, and we've been on for a minute. But hey, like I've always said, the platform is here. You know what I mean? Like I said, you
got my email address, man.
Yes.
And if you don't, I'll shoot you an email tonight. I'll shoot you my number. And, if you ever want to talk, ask me a question.
Yeah.
You can do that anytime, you know. And, because I don't want you to have any questions and be like, what is. But I'm going to let you have your show back, man. We've been talking for about an hour.
But it was needed. It was needed. You know what I'm saying? It was needed, and it was nice to actually just it's also nice to get to know you. You know what I mean? And just understand where you're coming from, and you got to understand where I'm coming from. And now we can actually have an even playing field and talk. So I appreciate it, brother. And like I said, you said something that made me open my eyes, and I'm going to try my hardest to do that as much as I can. Try to keep my mind open and try to keep it as diplomatic as possible. As even keel as I can. But I will put in my opinion if it's something that if I innately feel that way, I'm going to feel it.
I'm just going to watch. I'm just going to watch now. You know what I'm saying? It's like you already got to see, and I'm just going to watch. And your show will be blessed. It will blossom beyond what your imagination is. I mean, this will be, once your eyes start opening up, you'll get all these visions and all these ideas, and your show will prosper. I promise you that.
I appreciate it,
I'm going to let you go, man. Let those other callers call in.
Thank you, brother. Stay blessed, all right, man? See you in the chat.
You too, man.
All right, man.
All right.
Peace. So anyway, here it is, guys. Like, that's the thing that I really do appreciate, and that's something that, moments like that, I know that was a long phone call, but I think it was absolutely needed. Because there's a lot of people out here that, everybody's so angry. I was heated for a minute there. I think a lot of people feel some type of way out here. And sometimes the one thing that needs to happen sometimes doesn't happen, which is exactly what just happened then, is a conversation needs to happen where two people can actually talk and understand each other, or try to understand each other. And sometimes one thing that you guys have that you're lucky to have in a way is sometimes you're lucky enough to just hide behind your phone or your QWERTY keyboard and say what you need to say. But then sometimes that comes back and bites you in the ass, because next thing you know, it's getting lost in translation. There's context or things that are read wrong in between the words. And so I was really, I really appreciated Enemy Nation coming on and calling in and talking it up. You know what I mean? That's something that really, that's something we really needed to have. That's something we really needed to do. And then, of course, also Mr. T12 for calling in. That really meant a lot too, because, him calling in, and I don't know Mr. T12. Shoot. I don't know that motherfucker. No, I'm just playing. But he called me and he calmed me down so quick because I was so heated. I was hella heated, and I don't know him from a glass of milk. And that's not even a saying, but we're just going to go with it. And he called. And as soon as he was like, "Hey man, I just wanted to call because I'm seeing you're in it," and then all of a sudden, I just calmed down. And sometimes you just need those phone calls, and I appreciate it. You guys aren't strangers to me on here, but vocally, you guys are strangers to me, except for Enemy, because Enemy does call in a lot. I know him enough now. I know his phone number by heart now. When he calls, I'm like, it's Enemy. Boop. You know what I mean? But anyway, I do appreciate that call. So Enemy, thank you so much for calling. I really appreciate it. And yes, I'm trying my hardest, man. I want you all to know, everybody to know that I'm trying my hardest to open my eyes and see more, and just expand my mind a little bit. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm trying. I'm really, really trying. And I'll try harder for sure, But I think Mr. Super wanted to call in, and you're more than welcome to call in, my brother. It's chocolate milk. Yes, Mr. T12. From a glass of chocolate milk. My bad. From a glass of chocolate milk. But yeah, man. I just appreciate everybody, tuning in today, and just hearing me, speak from the gut. Yeah, Michael D. You're gonna have to change your name to Frenemy Nation. Facts, baby, facts. Hey, and much love, enemy. Real talk, much love. You know, I have a lot of respect for you. When you do, chime in and put in things, I'm always trying to read your stuff and say it out loud on the show. And if I agree with something, I say it. I'll be like, I agree with this motherfucker. You know what I mean? I say it out loud, man. I say it out loud. I'm black and I'm proud. But if anybody wants to call in, the lines are still open for a few more minutes. Because then I still got a show to do in the morning that I got to prepare for and everything. But can you beat strawberry milk? I'm white, but a little fruity, LOL. I'm done, Michael D. What's funny is that, do you guys remember the strawberry Nestle Quick? The powder? And mix it up. I don't even know if they make that stuff still, but it was like strawberry milk. That shit was fire, y'all. That was live. So if you don't know about that, you need to go check it out sometime. Michael D, if you don't know about this, you need to go check it out sometime, bruh. It's amazing. It is amazing. But hopefully, I guess nobody's going to be calling in. But strawberry Nestle. Yeah. Steven, see? Strawberry Nestle Quick is my jam. Oh, you still buy that stuff? So it's still around. Oh, cool. And Thomas S., thank you. Thank you for saying that was an awesome call. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm trying, damn it. Damn it, I'm trying. I'm trying my hardest. But at the same time, there's so much information out there. There's so many opinions. And that's the thing, just knowing where the right places to look. You know what I'm saying? It's the right places to look at. Because, earlier there was a huge conversation about the people who are commentators on YouTube. There's a lot of conservative commentators out there. But then there's also other guys like myself. Like, I don't know if he's still on here, but the Lonely Banter is another guy that is a lot like myself. That he's not conservative. He's a little bit more he leans a little bit more progressive, I would say more liberal than on the conservative side or the Republican side. But he's somebody, as well, that is just a little bit different. And if you haven't heard about him, you guys should go check him out for sure. He's really funny too. He's got some funny stuff in there too. But at the same time, he's not like, what's that guy? ABL or somebody just listed him all these guys off. Damn, why am I forgetting their names? Oh, let's see. Anthony Brian Logan, the Officer Tatum or Brandon Tatum. Like, hey man, Lonely Banter's on here right now. But yeah, real talk, man. I throw respect where respect is due, my brother. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate your show, and your show is, it leans towards your show is a lot like mine. Where it taps into some political sorta, but doesn't really at the same time. Mine's been leaning more political lately, but Lonely Banner, LB, I'm guarantee the BS and the backlash you probably have gotten on multiple occasions just for speaking your mind on something that maybe the vast majority on this YouTube channel, on this YouTube platform, doesn't agree on, and that's why you'll see somebody like Amazing Lucas or Brandon Tatum or like what Mr. T12's writing right now, Anthony Brian Logan. There's even like the conservative twins, and we've talked about these guys before, but they have a huge platform. They got close to millions of dudes, millions of subscribers all up in their asses. And it's only because they're literally in an echo chamber. You know what I mean? ABL, yeah, is a Trumpster, not really a Republican. Tatum as well. Tatum seems like Well, somebody said it before, but Tatum seems like he's really trying to get a slot on Fox News, like really bad. And he's all up Candace Owens' ass. Like it's really bad. But but here's the funny thing. I actually go and I have subscribed to those guys. I follow those guys. Why? Because I just want to hear what the opposite world is saying, what they think on things, whether they agree with what I'm saying or not. Because sometimes what I say isn't completely just the hard left, you know. Sometimes I'm in the middle, you know. So I always wonder what they're talking about and what their pulse is, their fingers on. You know what I mean? Amazing Lucas has lost a lot of subscribers, which is something I like. Amazing Lucas to a certain extent. But what's funny about him is that he's lost a lot of subscribers because he's not as conservative anymore. He's starting to go he's starting to waver more into the middle. And I think that's making people feel some type of way. You know what I mean? Yeah. Lonely Banter. Yeah. You got to go. You got to listen to people who disagree with you. Definitely. Yeah. Because you just need to hear. You need to hear those things. You know what I mean? Like you need to hear those things. Just like having Enemy Nation on the show and talking to me. You know, we might have opposing ideas all day long, but it's good to have them on because not only is it like, okay, for me, I'm a novice. He's obviously, you know, well-read and he's pro. But even so, maybe he's able to get something from me that might open up his mind a little bit more and vice versa. You know, that obviously makes me want to learn more, want to know more, to disagree with him on or to agree with him on, so that I can form my own opinions on certain things too. So whenever I'm listening to, you know, some of these guys that we just listed, it just allows me to like just open my mind up a little bit and try to understand why they're saying that perspective. Sometimes I feel like they say it just for the sake of like they're paint by numbers conservatives, and that's something I don't like. Because sometimes it's like, what about why don't you step back and look at it in a human way? You know, look at the situation in a human form, not just by what would a conservative think. No, think about it in a human way, and that's what I try to do as much as I can. But that's just me. You know what I mean? That's just me. Let's see. Great point of view. More people need to adopt that way of thinking. Those echo chambers are toxic. Yeah. You have to keep an open mind. Aces loaded. You have to keep an open mind and listen to everybody, to everybody's opinions, so you can make your own unbiased opinions. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, contrary to popular belief, I try. Damn it, I try. I try my damnedest to make it happen. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's really hard. You know what I mean? Sometimes it is just my own gut reaction, and sometimes that is based solely on gut feeling and a whole bunch of ignorance and, you know, like not being educated in that situation, or, you know, it's like, but I know that in my heart what I feel is right and what I feel is wrong. You see what I'm saying? Now, I could obviously open up a book or kick up Google or DuckDuckGo or DuckDuckGo. I forgot what it's called, but I could pull up any of those Alta Vista. You know what I'm saying? Throwback, and just Google and Alta Vista and search engine the out of that thing all day long, expecting to just get facts. But then at the same time, what do you innately in your heart of hearts feel? Is that just because they got the right to, you know, their the First and Second Amendment and blah 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 rights, you know what I mean? All these amendments. Wait a second. What do you feel in your heart? What's the heart telling you? That ain't cool. But okay, legally though, she was allowed to do that. But on the heart, on the, you know, whether that is good or bad, no, that's not good. Like Derek Chauvin, knee on the dude's neck. It was a move. Standard move for cops. But innately, did he do something wrong with that move? Hell to the yeah. See what I'm saying? You got facts. There's also emotion there too. That ain't right, you know? And I mean, of course, you know, like I said. But I digress. And Thomas S., thank you. You know, he said Pascal, really appreciate the effort tonight. Yeah, thank you. You know, I'm trying, man. Damn it, I'm trying. But wait, what did I see this here? I'm a member of the White Panther Party. We are the whites that followed the Black Panther 10-point plan. I dig the debate and education from not so like-minded folks. Interesting. I'm just okay. Yeah, Mr. Super said the same thing, same as me. Interesting. Best channel is Blaze TV. See now, Blaze TV. Oi. See, like I can't stand Louder with Crowder. I cannot stand that dude. Yet I do watch some of his things just to hear what he thinks. But it's hard to take his racist ass. He is a racist. I'm sorry. That is one dude I just can't stand. Ben Shapiro, I'll listen to him sometimes if you can catch every word he says, because he says stuff so fast and he talks like this and he's like he's on 15 lines of cocaine. But other than that, he is like, you know, he is something else. Ben Shapiro and what's his face and Louder, Steven Crowder. You know, I just think they're jerk offs. I don't know. It's hard to the little fucks. Sorry, it's late night, so I can say what the hell I want. The little fucks. That's just me, though. Like I said, just me. Let's see. Oh my God. I remember Strawberry Nestle Quick. This is starting to sound very familiar to Grape Drink. Man, I'm telling you, that stuff was crack. You don't understand. Tano Vane, I feel you on Tim Pool. You know what I'm saying? And yes, Lonely Banner, it is most definitely complicated. But yes, I do agree. I do like Tim Pool a little bit better. And that's somebody that I don't see eye to eye with. Like, I don't agree with him at all, but I do listen to him too. And I feel like he's a little bit more diplomatic about things. Like, he does research and look things up. Enemy Nation, just what you just said. You know, he does look things up. He does do his research. He does say, you know, he does look the things up. But he's still, at the end of the day, still, no matter what, with the facts in front of him, laid out in front of him, he still gives you his own personal opinion about things. But he also does have his group, his team of people that are in the room as well, chopping it up, speaking on things, and putting in their own 2 cents. So, you know, I definitely, you know, I feel it, you know, and that's why I watch his show. You know, I watch his show from time to time when I have the time, you know, because it's a lot of stuff to consume. You know, what I really like about the banter, not the banter. Well, yeah, about the Lonely Banner, Amazing Lucas, Brandon Tatum, the ABL, all those guys is that you can actually go and watch. They just give you quick clips. Here's my opinion about this one subject. It's only 8 minutes long. You know, here it is. Here's my 10-minute conversation about something. Ben Shapiro, he'll be on the show and he talks like 17 hours later. And don't get me wrong, I understand he's doing a show, but sometimes I wish some of these guys would just do like, you know, their quick 10 to 15 minute opinions about something and just have their own standalone videos, which is why I try to do those things as well here too. Not only just the live videos, but the standalone videos, just bang, 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 bang. You know, here's my thought on this situation. Give me a bunch of 15,000 dislikes. You know what I mean? And then it'll keep going. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I do. You know what I mean? Rubin Report. Like, see, this is the funny thing is I watch a little bit of Rubin Report. I do not watch Glenn Beck. I do not watch Mark Levin. But like I said, I tune into these guys, and I do tune in to a little bit of Candace Owens because I just need to hear what she has to say sometimes, just to see what kind of crazy ish is going to come out her mouth. So I do that from time to time. You know, Pascal, you are Tim Pool 3 to 4 years ago. Oh wow. Well, thank you. I think. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that, Thomas. Should I take that? I guess I'll take it. Yeah? Okay, I'll take it. Okay, moving on. But there's a lot of guys that have their thing, and there's a lot of guys that are out there that do their thing, and I listen to a lot of them, and it's solely because I just want to hear the opposing side. And here's the other thing, though. It's really hard to find dudes that are speaking to me and also speaking on the other side. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that I need to watch everything that of people that are like absolutely 110% on my side. Not at all. But what I've really wanted to do is find some other guys that just kind of share the same voice, because sometimes it's just nice to hear. Sometimes it is nice to be in an echo chamber. But so far, I've only seen black conservatives. I have not seen any black progressives. I have not seen any black liberals. And that's very hard. It's very hard. I mean, aside from, the Lonely Banner that I just said just a second ago. But other than that, it's very hard to find people that are in here that aren't just conservatives, that are going to say something. And it's like, oh, yeah, that is a good point. The conservative side, yes, they say some things. And I'm like, okay, I get it. It's the law kind of thing. But it's really hard to find dudes that are like me. This is a ongoing uphill battle, y'all. This is what I was trying to say earlier earlier in the show. This motherfucker is an uphill battle. And I've been fighting every single video. And it's tough. It's tough because there's always going to be somebody up here that is going to sit here and talk some trash or say, you ain't ish. Stuff like that. Or, oh, you're just stoking, or you're just a race monger. You're just a fear monger. You're just race baiting. There we go. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, damn, y'all need to, people just like, I'm like, wow, where's everybody else? Where's the rest of the world that kind of feels the way I feel or thinks the way I think? Apparently they don't go to YouTube. I don't know what they do. Maybe they're all on TikTok. I don't know. They're all on Instagram. I have no idea. But to me, I am still on the search for people who share my same voice. And also that just enjoy a little bit of humor. You know? A little bit of fun. You know, not everything has to be like, you know, Brandon Tantrum. They like to call him Brandon Tantrum instead of Brandon Tatum. But he likes to just scream at the camera. And it's like, I get it. That's his thing. But I don't know. Like I said, there's just not many. And it's cold and lonely out here. Anyway, I'm going to read some of you guys' comments. The fact that there are so many conservatives the fact that there are so many conservatives listening to you, should tell you that conservatives listen to people they don't agree with. Studies have been done to back this up. That's what's up, Thomas S. That's actually, and honestly, here it is. You know, I'm happy, you know, if conservatives want to tune in and say what they want to say. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate it. I need to show that. For some odd reason, Aces Loaded, your comment was shadowed. If you like to watch someone with who was brainwashed and is reading from a script, Candace is your woman. Absolutely. Yeah, that goes without saying. That goes without saying. And it's okay, Aces Loaded. You're not alone here. You are not alone. Okay. So the fact. Okay. Yeah. So the thing is Thomas. Yeah, you are absolutely right in that regard. The fact that people are actually, the conservatives are actually listening to my stupid ass says a lot, and it means a lot. Actually, it does mean a lot. You know, it's hard to feel compelled to pick a side. Yeah. It's hard not to feel compelled to pick a side. Absolutely. That's what I meant. Absolutely. And I agree. It is mother loving hard out here. It's hard out here for a pimp. It is super hard for a lib or a conserve. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. But like I said, it is with the voice that I have, that sounds so weird, but the platform and the channel that I have, you know, I'm trying to commentate, but have a little bit of fun. But like I said, I'm not always going to be on this other, like, I'm not always going to be, you know, I'm not going, Trump is the way. I'm not. Yeah, I'm just not, you know, not yet, at least, you know, unless Enemy Nation opens up this new rabbit hole that I jumped down, and I'm just like, suddenly I pop out and I got an AR-15 and a camo hat on that has the American flag on the front. It says America, you know what I mean? With a red t-shirt that says 4 more years, Trump 2020. You know what I'm saying? This is my land. You know what I mean? I got a Southern accent suddenly. Because for some odd reason, all Trump supporters have a Southern accent. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. But anyway. But Lonely Banner, have you found any? Have you found any? He said, he goes, man, you right. I was looking the other day. Can't find any. You still have not found anybody with a voice like ours. That's what I'd like to know too. You know what I'm saying? There be black progressives only on channels with white progressives, and I don't feel what they be saying. You know, and that's true too. Or they're the token black guy, and there's a bunch of white co-hosts, like panelists, and they're just one as like the commentator on the side. And anytime they want to talk about anything that has to do with Black Lives Matter, then they'll turn to him and go, so tell us about the experience of being black. That's a lot what I've noticed too. And that's annoying as all get out. I'm glad I put you to sleep, Alexandra. Anyway. Yes. You want a liberal with a platform like yours? Boyce, Watkins, Roland S. Martin. Okay, Roland S. Martin. Okay, let me just say something about Roland S. Martin. I appreciate his page. I appreciate it. But to me right now, it seems like it is a lot of, I know we just talked about this, Enemy Nation, but it's a lot of Karen videos. It's a lot of Ken and Karen videos, or AKA white people showing they ass videos. And every time I see, because I'm subscribed to them too, you know, but a lot of times I see that and I'm like, but there's more to talk about than just Karens and Kens or white people showing they ass. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I see from his page. Actually, doesn't he have a segment called Crazy Ass White People? Boom, he does. I forgot about that. There you go. And a lot of times it's that. It's another viral video of somebody getting mad about not wearing a mask, or it's, and don't get me wrong, I've done those videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here saying that I am completely like safe up in this piece, but at the same time, there's some, he does that a lot. It's almost turned into like a, like a Jerry Springer type of thing where it's just, or like a TMZ type of thing, you know? And then he'll have his panelists come in and then they talk about it. And I'm just like, all right, nah, I'm just not feeling it after every 5 seconds, you know? No, I'm not sitting here saying that he's too far left, that Roland is too far left, Enemy. I just think that, no. I mean, he's pretty much in the same realm of what I feel, but I just feel like a lot of his videos are just, or a lot of his episodes are just solely covering around things that you only see on like IGs, like Baller Alert or World Star Hip Hop, and that's it. You know, and it's just a lot of Karens and Kens acting a damn fool, or white people showing they ass. Or in his way, it's crazy white people, something like that. Crazy ass white people. Sorry, that's what he calls it. So, Pascal, Louder with Crowder is no racist. Think a little deeper, my friend. He's a comedian fighting absurdity with absurdity. Okay, now here's the thing. Maybe he is. Maybe he is just maybe he is a Republican. What's his name? He did a whole bunch of, what's his name? Why am I forgetting his name now? He did a whole bunch of blackface. He got in trouble. Biggest radio name in the, Howard Stern. Maybe he is a Republican Howard Stern, like a shock jock type thing. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. That could be it. That could very well be it. So I can see what you're saying. You know, I can see it. I do listen. I do watch him a bunch of times. I'm just saying, like, for me, I just, you know, for me, I just need to, I'm trying. Damn it. I'm trying. I'm trying. Sometimes, like him, it's just hard to consume sometimes. He's just really hard to consume. But I feel like, yeah, he's like a conservative. He's like a conservative Howard Stern. You know? Maybe he thinks he's... No, he's Howard Sternish. Yeah, he's definitely Howard Sternish. Oh, I don't know Young Ripper. Lonely Banner. I don't know Young Ripper. I need to check that out for sure. There's also somebody else has said. Okay, so Charlemagne the God is, you know, really far left, but at the same time, I don't know if, like, I really like him as a personality, but I don't know if I really want to hear his political views. Does that make sense? I mean, outside of the Black Lives Matter movement and things that are going on in the black community, for sure. He knows black music, he knows the black culture, but as far as politics, I don't know. You know, I don't know. To me, he's not somebody I just instantly go, ooh, bang. He's definitely gotta check him out. You know what I mean? Somebody said somebody's name a second ago, and I'm trying to find it real quick. Coleman Hughes. I've never heard of this person. In fact, wow, that was quick. Top search. Huh. Coleman Hughes. I'm going to have to check this guy out. So I guess he's a Mr. T12. If you're still on here, where does he sit? Is he conservative? Is he liberal? Progressive? I'm wondering. Because that's somebody I'll definitely check out. For sure. Jimmy Dore. I don't know who Jimmy Dore is. Young Ripper. I don't know. Yeah, I need to look up this Young Ripper dude. Oh, I know this guy. Yeah. I know this guy. His stuff pops up on my thing a lot of times. Like, I guess he's, I don't know. Oh, thank you, Mr. T12. So he is a conservative. See, that's the thing. That's what's so hard about trying to find somebody who doesn't think, who is just a little bit more in the middle. Now, the thing is like, it's funny because I'm looking at the very, like, one of the top things from Young Ripper. He's saying tokenized character gets tokenized again. Black Batwoman is on deck. And I think that's hilarious. To me, I'm like, nah, she's not getting tokenized. Finally, they're making the character black. But I could see it too. I mean, I would think that too, actually. I just didn't think of that. But I see. Young Ripper. That's interesting. Yeah. But he's too into that conspiracy liberal talk. Are you talking about banter? Are you talking about Young Ripper? He's called himself a capitalist anarchist. Oh boy. Ooh. Ooh, that's an interesting comment, Thomas S. The reason why you don't see... Oh, Jimmy Dore. Okay. I need to look up this Jimmy Dore. Hold up. Excuse me. Oh, I know this guy too. Wow.
Meet Stitch Fix. Get...
Damn. Sorry about that, guys. Damn. That was loud. Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, I know who this guy is. Damn. So I wow. So I pretty much have seen every freaking person. Holy God. Holy God. Jimmy, not Jimmy. Yes, I know this guy. That's funny. What was it? Oh, Thomas said something. The reason. Wow, where did that go? Just disappeared on me. Okay. The reason you don't see many successful black or white leftist YouTubers is that leftist progressives rely on emotion. Conservatives rely on logic. That's a very strong point, but I see your point though. I definitely see your point. I can understand where that opinion comes from, just like there have been token LGBTQ characters everywhere. Nothing wrong with it, but it feels like they are overcompensating. Absolutely. Why do you? I mean, that's pretty much the reason why they said, "Hey, we're doing a black Batwoman," for sure. I'm happy that it happened. Personally, I'm happy that it happened. But absolutely, they're riding on the coattails of this whole situation, this wave that happened. There was a good moment when gay was the new black. LGBTQ was the new black for a good minute there. Now black is the new black. So now we're on that wave. We're back on that wave again, But at the same time, I'll say this, though. When it comes back to Thomas's comment, I think that it's not only like I see your point with what you're saying, but I don't entirely agree with you, and I don't entirely disagree with you, because I feel like a lot of us, yes, will rely on what we feel, yes, but we are also thinking about things logically in a way too. And then, of course, like on my end, like I like to try to at least leave the question up to everyone else. Like, hey, here's what I think, but I can see the other side. And I know maybe I don't do that as well as I should be, personally, as I'm self-auditing right now as we speak. But I know that when it comes to the end, it's kind of like, hey, comment. Let's talk about it. I know innately this is what I feel. And then, of course, there's going to be the people who are just stats, are just, hey, these are the facts and this is what the facts is, and this person should have done that. But then I feel like progressives or leftists go on emotion, yes. But I feel like also go on the facts that are at hand, but then put themselves in real case scenarios in a way, if that makes any sense, And I think that conservatives and liberals kind of are on the same bullshit in a way. Just a little bit different. Still emotions in a way. Still trained as well. Look at all the guys. Look at the Tanums. Look at the ABLs. Look at the Amazing Lucases. Look at any of those guys. They're pretty much doing it almost paint by number conservative views on things, rather than, hey, let's look at the facts, but then let's look at it in a real life scenario. But I digress. We could talk about that till we're blue in the face. So you have a point, Thomas. I'm not sitting here saying that I disagree with you. I agree and don't agree. I'm a soft agree. You know what I mean? Very, very soft boiled egg agree with you. And it's a very good point. It's a very good observation. Yeah, Lonely Banner, like the conservatives be making stuff up a lot, just like the left. Yep, that's basically what I said. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, but it's different. It's just different vernacular. You see what I'm saying? It's just it's the same bullshit. Like I said, they on that fuck shit, but it's just different fuck shit. It's just funny. It's funny to me. Man, I need to curse more often on the show. This feels great. Let's see. You're right, Enemy Nation. Logic is different from reason. When you realize you've seen everything YouTube has to offer. Steven, you are so right. Because I'm like, damn, that's everybody? Like, damn, bruh. That's everybody. That's everybody. That's everybody. Damn. Damn, y'all. That's everybody. Everybody. Let's see. Yeah. Yes, I'm following. See? Yes. See, it's the same BS. Thank you. It's the same fuck shit. Like I said, I need to speak like this more often on the show. Fuck it. Why not, right? I always worry about kids listening in the early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like Mom, what are you listening to? And I'm just in the fuck shit. Bitches and hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like that's I get scared that it's like some 6-year-old's going, Mommy, what is fuck shit? You know what I mean? And then they go, oh my God. Little Susan just learned fuck shit. Her first curse word from the Pascal show. I just can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about that life. I ain't about that fuck shit. Anyway, well, you see the conservatives get emotional when their rights are infringed upon. Exactly, Mr. T. It's the same BS, it's just a different angle. That's all it is. It's funny as hell. I see conservatives get, Mr. Super, I see conservatives get emotional over sharing a bathroom. Yeah, that is very true. Now that's a whole nother conversation. You know what I mean? That's the liberal weight falling off Pascal. Feels good, eh? I'm just saying, man. You know, I could see both sides, man. You know what I mean? Like you just said, Enemy Nation, I'm starting to understand the language. I'm starting to see the matrix. I get it. You know, everything's in code, you know? I see everything in code. I know Kung Fu. Whoa. Let's see. Does anyone watch the Young Turks? Yes, I do from time to time. But I try to scroll through the bullshit. I try to get to like the good stuff. Like, give me the facts, give me what's going on. Let me hear that side really quick and let me move on. But that show has turned so much to that channel has turned so much into like a CNN that I miss the way it used to be. You know, I miss the way it used to be before it got like the monies, before they were able to secure the bags. You feel me? But that's just me. The TYTs are a complete and utter disaster. Yeah, I tune in every once in a while just to get something, but it just, like I said, I'm like, I could get this same shit on CNN. Bruh. Shit. But that's just me, personally. Cursing more is going against liberal and is more conservative. How? Oh, I don't know. I think are you responding to somebody, I guess? Or seeing a black man with a better car. Facts, Michael D. Damn. Facts, baby. Facts. Yeah, redacted. What's redacted wants to be? Bill Maher. See, like, I like Bill Maher for the most part. Yeah, that's all I can say. He cool. I still don't like the house N-word thing that happened a few years ago. I wasn't cool with it. I'm surprised he wasn't kicked off his show. I'm surprised he wasn't fired. But that's like the only, well, now they have Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, and that's a fantastic show. How he gets it done in one take is unbelievable to me. But yeah, that's some really damn good stuff. Very talented people that are doing those things. But, you know, like, I like Trevor Noah for the most part. You know, I like him. You know, I like his perspective on things. You know, it's a little bit different. Bill Maher, the Enemy Nation Bill Maher is funny as hell. I don't think he's funny. I've never. I've watched his stand up. I don't think he's very funny, but I like the interviews that he does, like the panels that he has on, and it's vastly different. Every single thing so that's really nice. So you get to hear like a conservative, a Republican, a liberal, a progressive's opinion, and I like that. And he'll bring in all types of people, all walks of life on his show, and it's really nice. Trevor Noah is. I agree, Debbie. I love Trevor Noah. I'm a fan. I'll be honest. I'm a fan. I don't like on his show. I don't think on the Daily Show. I don't think he's funny, but I think what his opinions are cool, if that makes any sense. Bruh, yeah, he was with Superhead. I totally forgot about that. Bill Maher was with Superhead, yo. Wow, I forgot about that, man. And yes, Michael D., I do miss Jon Stewart, too. I thought he was fantastic. I thought he was great on that show. He was the show. And it's unfortunate that he's not on there anymore. But Trevor, I think, is doing a really great job, And yes, Mr. T12, exactly. He brings a completely different view as a foreigner, and that's what we need. Just nowadays, we got so many other things. We just need somebody with a different walk of life. Not, no offense, but not another white guy. That's why I'm hoping to see what they do with the the late night setup. I would kill to see a talented, funny. Shoot, it doesn't even need to be black. Just a person of color that isn't Lily Singh. No offense. Yeah. He's got the same problem as the cartel of all late night shows. If you watch one, you heard the jokes on the same subjects the others will probably use. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. I mean, I'll check him, Thomas. I'll definitely check. I mean, I already know this guy, but he's not somebody I tune to all the time. I don't, but I will check him out. But like I said, it would be nice to find, a black conservative, not black conservative. There's plenty. Oh my dear God. Okay, let me just say this really quick. No kidding. No, I'm going to be going here soon, Enemy Nation. Because I got to be up and start talking tomorrow in like 9 hours. But here it is. Real quick. Oh, wow. That'd be amazing. Yeah, it's Friday morning over there. It's about to be Friday morning in 3 minutes, actually. So here, where I'm at. But what I was going to say is, what was I going to say? Damn it. No. So what I'd like to do, what I'd like to see is, or find, is people are people like me, black, progressive, left progressives. Let's just say, that just have share the same opinions as me, but just a little bit different. That's what I'd like to see, but we'll see. Use the profanity sparingly. People will notice when you are very serious. Yeah, no kidding, James. Shoot, yeah, man, I'm all about that Netflix binge. That's the thing. I need to find some good shit to watch because I'm drying up. I've lost things that's good to watch. But you know what? I'm gonna leave that open for tomorrow morning show because I know that if I do that, this thing will. I'll open up another can of worms and it'll just be a floodgates of ideas and shows to watch. And that's the thing. This weekend, my plan is to chill the hell out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be trying to binge watch something. So I'll definitely be annoying y'all about, hey, what should I watch? What's good to watch? What do you think? Anyway, Zach. Oh, boy. You're asking some serious stuff, man. You know what? If you tune in tomorrow, Zach Davis, and ask those questions tomorrow, I would be more than happy to answer that question about Chappelle. And I agree, Mr. 12. Chappelle is a living legend. Yes. He could literally stand on stage for an hour and a half, smoke a cigarette, and say one word, and it would be brilliant. He just has that. He just has it, you know? He's just one of those people that just got it. One of those lucky motherfuckers. And I want that. I want that so bad, man. But, and yes, if you haven't seen 846, Dave Chappelle's 846 on Netflix, you need to go watch it. It is essential. That's a buzzword, right? It's essential. So, anyway, guys, what an evening. You guys are incredible. Damn near 3.5 hours, y'all. Wow. And here's the thing. I'm very thankful that you guys took the time to chop it up with me and talk with me. But I will be on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So wherever you guys are, you know, a lot of you guys already know. You guys know the drill. So 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah. I appreciate everybody tuning in and being a part of the conversation. And also, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to hear me just vent. Sometimes you just need to get that out of your system. If you haven't done it yet, hit that like button down below. I'd really appreciate it. We had some trolls earlier trying to destroy my ish. So if you don't mind hitting that like button down below, that would really mean a lot before you get going. And Mr. T12, man, I salute you, my brother. Thank you so much for calling and just calming my frustrations, because I was very frustrated, you know. So I appreciate that call. That was very much needed. I really, really appreciate it, man. And everybody in the chat, I love y'all. You guys are amazing. You guys are family. I wouldn't have gotten through this whole damn COVID season and all the crazy, from pandemic to pandemonium. I don't think I would have been able to get through it without y'all. So, Enemy Nation, again, thank you so much for calling in and chopping it up with me. I really appreciate it. And you're going to see me tomorrow morning drinking the biggest cup of coffee, but it's going to be worth it because we were able to talk, and that's important. Y'all are family, and I appreciated it all. Seriously. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in about 9 hours. This is the Pascal Show. Good night, guys.